Adrenaline, blood rushing through the veins as the world begins to slow down. Hurry! One of the clerks call
I've
out
already got
as the group.
goosebumps.
Hurry! One of the clerks call out as the group rushes to the church. Once there, the priest guides the group towards the back area. Place him here, gently. Bobby is then softly placed in a bed of hay as light begins to surround him. Don't worry. He will be all right. Our best healers will care for him. Then the world slowly begins to fade into black nothingness. Now all Bobby can feel is cold and alone. Would Bobby like to say something?
He's just humming softly to himself, imagining the cub, feeling the cub on his chest. He's humming, but as he starts feeling very cold, the humming slowly stops.
Through the darkness, as the final dust falls, the world begins to shift once again. A purple hue now fills the space around Bobby as pages fill books, flying past and books now filling shelves. Okay, yeah, alright. Bobby turns to find a desk with a receptionist sitting there, talking to a device held in her hand.
Why do you have an icon going?
Bobby looks around, taken around for his surroundings, and realizes, library. He says, and he goes down on all fours, and he was like, excuse me.
Yeah, one moment. He'll be right down for your appointment. So, anyways, Charlie said he was being stood up, and I said, no, sweetie, she just dumped your ass, and I am so sorry. Oh, gotta go.
Wait. Appointment? Appointment for whom?
Sorry, hold on one second. Boss is not going to be happy about this. Oh, boy. She then gets up as she puts the device down and walks to the door behind her and opens it to a face you surely recognize. Greetings, Bobby. I wasn't expecting to see you so soon.
Is this someone I know?
Yes, you are greeted by none other than Michael Canism in the library.
Wait, who was I? Who was
Michael.
Oh, he looked and he was like, Michael! Michael! Hi, Michael! And he basically goes, like, runs up to Michael on all fours. He's like, where are we? Where's the others?
It's good to see you too, Bobby. I'm sure you have an endless amount of questions, and I'll be sure to answer as best as I can. However, we don't have long. There's someone here who wishes to meet with you. So, if you have any questions, now would be the time.
Bobby tilts his head and he looks around. He was like, where's the others?
Not here. In time, someday, they may arrive, but not yet.
Bobby looks around again, and then he just realizes. He's like, oh, we're dead, aren't we?
I'm afraid so, my friend.
How did you end up here?
Well, not exactly in the same way as you, but around the same terms.
I'd be quite concerned if you did.
Well, you saw the fire and the brimstone engulf me before I saved you. But anyways.
Bobby stands up on both his feet and he's like, I didn't think you'd be the type of one that believes in self-sacrifice and all, so you found a little bit of respect from me.
I didn't have a choice. It was either save all of you or we all perish together, so...
Well, you saved most of us.
I tried my best.
Your best was good enough. He goes and pats Michael on the shoulder. It seems half patronising, but there was some warmth there.
I wish I could explain more, but it's time, Bobby.
Bobby takes a deep breath. He's never made it this far down before, so this is all a new experience for him. He takes a breath. He's like, it's time to meet the devil, I suppose.
Not quite, but I am afraid you have gained the attention of someone very powerful. Michael then begins to step towards the door and opens it, motioning Bobby to follow. As Michael leads you down the endless halls of books filled with that purple hue, that feeling of cold begins to grow stronger and colder the further you go. Eventually, you find yourself standing before a large stone door, and you can't help but feel a familiar presence waiting behind that door. It's a feeling you cannot describe. Destiny, fate, prophecy, who knows? You reach for the door and it opens to what looks like a courtroom, only the podium on the center reaches over an endless void and is surrounded by several rows of seats. Against the back wall, you see a man wrapped in bandages holding a feather and paper as he writes down every detail happening in that room. And on the other side is where Michael goes to sit patiently. Between them stands this huge, enormous, mummified dragon statue.
Bobby's fur stands on end, and his teeth start jattering as if he was cold. But if anything, he was quite nervous and scared. But he wasn't gonna let that show. He looks at this this mummified dragon. It looks somewhat familiar, as if it was haunting his dreams all this time. He just sits there and watches it, and he looks around at his surroundings and realizes that he's going to be judged for past sins that he's had.
I want you to roll me a religion check.
Oh no. Okay. Religion check. Okay.
Damn. That not a nat 20, but a 20 nonetheless. So you look at the statue with great care as you examine the markings of the bandages. You feel that familiar presence again, and a name fills your mind as it comes to you. Anethzul. The dragon's eyes begin to glow a faint green as the room shakes and a deep feminine voice echoes the room. I feel a great disturbance. Something has changed. I feel as if it was taken. Michael coughs, gaining the attention of the statue as its eyes visibly move with irises placed at the center. Anethzul, the dragon god of the dead, will now place judgment on the one Bobby... You don't have a last name written here. Interesting. Oh, of course. How could I forget? Dear child, I have watched you fondly as you lived. So much pain you have suffered. Place your heart on the scale, and we will determine your fate. Anethzul's voice is booming yet soft. The scale she speaks of then floats to you as from the depths of the void and awaits your heart.
Bobby tries to take a step back, but realizes he can't. He was like, I don't want to do this. He feels very nervous to expose himself.
Do not worry, my child, it won't hurt. Not in this realm, at least.
Bobby takes a deep breath, feeling some comfort in her words, and he goes and reaches out to the scales.
You then begin to feel a sudden surgence, as if something is pulling away from your chest. And then you see it squeeze itself out from your chest. Your pale heart as it floats to the scale. Once your heart is placed on the scale, it floats in front of an azul. The sound of ticking can be heard as the scales begin to balance. The heart and a feather that was placed by the mummified man in the seat. After a moment of tension as the scales refuse to balance, the heart begins to beat, stopping the scale altogether. It would appear that Bobby still has some life to live. Yes, I can see that, Michael Catechism. She then turns to you with discrepancy in her eyes, and you can feel the judgment that is laid out upon you. It appears, my child, your time is not yet up. Io has determined there is still a task for you.
A task?
Yes. You will return to the land of the living and raise your child in my ways. Train her to be my reaper of the night, and all your sins shall be forgiven. Freya shall become my Valkyrie, my avenger, and when her time comes, she shall save me from my prison. And as for you, your reward shall be to live a life that is peaceful and happy in the world to come for when you finally perish.
Bobby nods his head, but he's tilting. He said, "Who's Freya?"
That is the name that I am blessing the child with.
Bobby basically looks a bit shocked, and then he starts laughing. He's like, "Freya! Freya! No, 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 no. I don't get much choice. If you judged me, you know I don't get no choice. If I'm gonna raise this child, it's gonna be me that named this child."
You may name the child whatever you wish, but in her legends to me, she will always be known as Freya.
Oh, he snorts. He's like, "We'll see about that."
Know this, child. As you return to this world that has brought you nothing but pain and sorrow to you, as you continue this chance you have been given, there will come a day when you shall feel true happiness, true peace, and on that day I shall come for you, and I will personally guide you to your next world. Fear not, for this is no curse, but a gift from yours truly. And before you go, I believe Michael Catechism wished to speak with you once more. I shall grant him 5 minutes. Thank you.
Bobby looks. He's like, "Wait, he's not coming with me."
Michael then just turns to the statue. Thank you, Mistress of Death. Michael then walks up to you, shivering as he holds a piece of parchment. This is technically breaking a few rules, but given your nature, I hope you wouldn't mind. If you would, when you wake, could you deliver these to the rest of the group? I've written one for each person, including you.
Bobby basically shakes his head and he's like, "No, don't be so silly. Give him to him yourself. Come with me." He holds on to Michael's hands. He's like, "Come with me. You know me. If I'm gonna break rules, you're coming with me."
Bobby, I wish that I could. I truly wish that I could. But you know I can't. Not without
Well,
a
let
body
me
to
try at
return
least.
to.
Bobby looks down, and is the mummified dragon still there, or is she gone?
She's still there.
So he says, let me take him with me."
I am sorry, my child. But unfortunately, Michael's time on that earth has passed.
"But I'm not leaving either. You could come with me. Come on." And he holds on to Michael's hands. He said, We'll figure a way, even if I have to come and find you." Surely there's some way.
I'm sorry, my friend. He then places the parchment in your hand and pushes it to your chest. Thank you, and farewell. He then pushes you, and the world around you begins to change once again. One
Bobby
last
basically
time,
hollers out, Michael.
the world around you begins to fade one last time into nothingness, and you feel the cold once more, but it does not last. You begin to feel warm as a bright light blurs your vision. You see yourself surrounded by clerks, shining a warm, healing light to you, and you hear the cries of a healthy baby kitten as one of the clerks stands before you holding your dear child. Oh, my gods, he's awake! Oh, thank the gods! We weren't sure if you were going to make it, lad. You look around the room and you see everyone from your group standing around you. But your body begins to feel weak and your eyes start to grow heavy. You don't feel you'll have long before unconsciousness takes you once again, and you feel the parchment in your hand slowly slip to the ground. And your eyes begin to close once more.
Bobby basically, what do you call it, as he came to the one, he feels that he's slipping away one more. He makes a little chuckle to him and was like, fuck that, Michael.
And as you say that last word, your eyes slip, your body feels numb, and you fall asleep once again. Oh, damn it, we're losing him! Ah, keep the healing going. It shall last for a little longer. Give it maybe a few days. He might wake again. And now the rest of the group surrounds you as you slip and fade into unconsciousness. How does the rest of the group react?
Rosalie looks relieved that Bobby and the baby both made it. And she was getting ready to open her mouth when Bobby woke up to ask some questions, but then seeing Bobby falling unconscious again, she shuts her mouth and she looks like really? Oh. Beggars can't be choosers.
The girls are basically just going to be pacing around the room while I am out staring at the beach, basically. But girls have their arms crossed while I have my hands behind my back just staring out at the ocean.
Are we inside a building or?
Yes, you are inside the building, and it does overlook the ocean.
Okay.
Nelson is just sitting there, kind of just shooken up. Numb.
Shell shocked.
Very much shell-shocked. And he sees the parchment papers fall to the ground. He picks them up and sees names written on each and every one of them. I don't know how, but I suppose my brother must have done something. There's one here for each of us. So, for Mark, here's yours. Rosalie, one for you as well. One for me. And even one for Bobby.
You're certain this came from Michael?
I know my brother's handwriting. I am more than certain. He's always one step ahead of everyone, even in death, I suppose. Why don't all of you go ahead? I am going to stay here. Tannel has already decided to go looking for a bar, so if you find him, Rosalie, I will entrust you with his letter.
Very well. I'll take Tennel's letter and stick it in my backpack, my handy haversack, so that I don't lose it. And I'm assuming, like, Iris is in a separate room that would be large enough to accommodate her.
Her head is like poking in through the window because she's not big enough to fit inside. So there's just.
I'll
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I said you go
No,
ahead.
what were you
I
saying?
said you.
Okay. I'll leave the room and rejoin with Iris.
Okay. You were also given a letter. Would you like to open it?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So you
Gonna sit down next to Iris and with my back to her, like leaning against her slightly, and I'll start to read.
Okay. So you begin to read, and in Michael's voice, I'm afraid we didn't get enough time to truly reconcile of everything that has happened. All the wrong that I've done, both you and your people. After the battle, I spent countless hours searching, combing, scavenging. I regret that I couldn't explain myself then and there. I suppose in the end I was running from the guilt, having failed an entire culture. Trying so hard to find a way to fix what I had destroyed. I know I should have spent that time in tearing down the Order. But instead I ran to something else. I chased ghosts in order to do the one thing I failed to do so long ago. I tried to protect you. Every time I saw your face on a poster, I tore it down everywhere I went. I turned hunters away from your direction. I kept my distance. I thought I was doing the right thing. My wife often asked about you, if I'd seen you anywhere. I'd tell her everything I had seen, and she would have wanted me to find you, to bring you home. I explained to her time and time again why that couldn't be, but she wouldn't hear it. Go find her and keep her safe, she'd often say. And don't come home till you have, she'd add. My family, my wife, my child, currently are in the Elven Pride. It's why I needed to get there, to tell her the mission, what I had to do. Please, find her. Tell her for me. Tell my son that I'm going away for a while and that his old man won't be home for quite some time. That I'm always thinking of him. My little Arthurn. If they ask, tell them the story of the mighty princess and how she saved the curious inventor. It's all up to you now. Events have begun and are converging. I regret I cannot help you further in this journey. But I believe in all of you. You have everything you need and more. Find the others. Together you will be strong enough to fight what's coming. Now go, brave child, and shine brighter than the stars. You then turn the page and there is a footnote written. P.S. Don't forget to bathe every now and again. It's good for your health. And that is where the letter ends.
Of course you would end it on that note. Stupid Michael, I had so many questions for you. Time. The one true troll. Start petting Iris's neck.
She begins to coo as she wraps around you gently. And as you sit there, gently petting dear Iris, you begin hearing the bells as the sun slowly rises. And you realize you've been up all night without a moment's rest, waiting for Bobby. The elves begin to fill the streets, the markets begin to open, and a curious wagon begins to stroll by. Decorated in ornate materials, looks vastly different to that of a normal, traditional elven wagon.
What is that? Looks almost like a circus wagon.
Would you like to roll perception?
Even though my passive perception is 21.
Oh, right, I always forget about that part. Okay, never mind.
It's only gonna get higher every time my proficiency bonus goes up.
Oh, son of a bitch. Anyways, so you begin looking down further at the wagon, investigating it closer. And you do happen to notice what looks like to be a man with a unicorn's head carrying the wagon.
What the?
It's a horny horse.
Get the horse humming as he's pulling the wagon behind him.
As the wagon gets closer, you can hear the humming of the haunts stepping towards you.
Have I ever seen a creature like this before?
Roll me insight.
Insight, okay.
As far as you are aware, this is a whole new being. This is nothing you've seen before.
I'm gonna cautiously reach for Silent Messenger.
Fritter, what is your passive perception?
Hold on.
Holding on and not letting go.
Like, she's not being aggressive about it, but she's just being very wary.
I mean,
Very,
I
very
would be wary too, especially like a big antro horny horses walking around humming.
Yeah.
Be expecting to see 4 legs, not 2. It's a reverse centaur.
Oh no. Not a reverse centaur. We're standalone, we
It's a
need him.
reverse centaur.
Okay, passive perception? Where am I finding that?
That would be listed underneath all of your skills.
It'll say passive wisdom, parentheses, perception.
14.
Okay, so you do happen to notice this Rosalie reaching for something behind her back as you were walking past her.
Does this look like a good spot for me to place my wagon anywhere in the street?
Actually, yes, it is a perfectly open street. Hardly anybody is walking through it.
Cool. So I'm going to plant the wagon off to the side on the street, and I'm going to unfurl it to make the little mini stage that it turns into.
Oh no. So you just begin seeing this anthropomorphic unicorn just cartoonishly run around this wagon, putting hammer and nails into it, and you just see this wagon transform into this like majestic, ornate stage as it's filled with like signs and deals and weapons on display, armors on display, and just
The way you said that, I just picture him doing Jim Carrey's The Mask.
that's
running around smacking
I'm
his
glad I wasn't.
that's literally what
was
I'm
thinking
trying to
more like-
describe.
I was thinking more
Wait.
I was thinking more like the peddler from Aladdin.
Is this
Same
the
here.
cart for the shop, or is this just the cart that Fritter is carrying around?
I thought it was both.
Well, he sent that one back with the other party before, so this is him carrying just something that turns into a stage.
Oh, okay, never mind. I retract about the store stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to be carrying around all
Damn it.
powerful magic items that I'm not supposed to be doing because that's the shopkeeper.
Right, my bad.
Damn it! That was fun.
Damn I was
I'm
hoping
still
for
I'm
some
still
cool
imagining the
magic
peddler
items.
from Aladdin.
That's
You're still
fair.
going to see like a cloth
Hey, it doesn't
backdrop,
mean you can't have
and it looks
merchandise.
like a corny stage of some kind of cartoonish fantasy in the background painted across it. It doesn't look good. It looks like a child did it, but it still gives the sense of a background.
Can we imagine trumpets?
You don't get trumpets, but then you watch as this horse backflips onto the stage and looks across the crowd.
Roll me a performance check, and I'm going to swap screens.
Oh God.
Oh no, not
There
the
we go.
screens.
Hello, everybody.
Oh no!
All right, so that is a 13 in performance. All right, so basically, describe to me what you are doing as this giant crowd begins to form around your stage.
Hello, people. Welcome to the most awesomest show you will ever see. Ever. And I point my finger as I go across the crowd looking at all of them.
Okay, the people begin to, like, cheer and clap their hands.
I'm here to bring some fun to the mundane reality that you call life. And I'm here to show you how to do it. Now, not all of you are going to be able to do everything I do, but sometimes you just got to get up and move. And then he just starts to do some backflips, moving around. I'm going to do a athletics or acrobatics.
Do me acrobatics.
Yeah, this sounds more like an acrobatics.
Oh,
thing.
jeez. So the people begin to, like, really scream and cheer for you as you are performing this.
I get dragged over by the girls to the commotion of the horse boy.
Yes.
Horse boy!
Horse
It's
boy.
like,
Horse boy
great.
lands on the stage,
Another one.
looks at the crowd, and winks.
Roll me a charisma check, and Vamak, roll me a charisma save.
Oh, great.
Okay.
No, I wanted Fritter to roll me a charisma check, not a save.
No,
only Vamak is rolling the save.
where's the
I ignore.
charisma check?
So that is
Just click on the
just
charisma square.
yeah.
Hold on. Wrong character.
Oh
There's
God,
my
good luck with
character.
that.
Did you roll a nat 20 or something?
No.
19.
Yeah.
A dirty 19.
It's dirty.
Yeah, very dirty 19 is a very dirty wing. Oh no.
Oh, I got a 15.
Yeah. So how good's your blushing face?
Huh?
How good's your blushing face?
I don't know. He's stoic and doesn't like emotions very much. What do you expect it to be?
At that point, very obvious because you begin to feel compelled to really like this guy. You don't know who he is. You've only just seen him, and for whatever reason, you just feel this like sense of like warmth and goodness coming off of the anthropomorphic unicorn.
Insight check.
4.
Never mind.
When you're trying.
Not trying to recognize his intentions.
Oh boy.
So this horse continues to dance about the stage and talk about life and all the fun things that you can do and how you'd have to get up and move and be active. He basically looks at the crowd and says, "Who here has ever felt like they don't want to do something?"
About 17 people in the crowd begin to raise their hand.
All right. Well, I got a little song for you.
Oh boy.
So he starts to play. Let's see. What instrument did I take?
That's a good question. What instrument do you have?
That's a good question. What instrument do you have?
I have a flute.
Oh boy. Okay, describe to me what you were doing. And if you are singing a song, I want you to actually sing it.
In between things, he's gonna play with the flute and he's gonna be moving around on the stage, but he's also gonna be singing a very cheerful song about life and how you can have your ups and downs, and maybe you should smile, smile, smile.
Oh no.
Oh no!
No.
Before you start, I have to go. But I honestly have
Emotional damage.
Have fun, Samba. So everybody, put your hands together for Samba. She is going to be doing a charity run today. There will be links to that. I actually forgot to put that in. There will be links to that after the stream, and we will be sure to spread that message around. So stick around, and if you guys want to donate to some good charity to help, what was it again, Samba? Yes, if you want to donate to cancer research, it is very important, very vital. It needs all the help it can get. So if you want to, even if you just spread it around, there will be links to that after the show. So don't stick around for that. So anything will help. Thank you, everybody. And Samba.
Hey, now I'm interested.
Thank you so much. Right, to the pips, guys. Have fun. And Unicorn Boy, I already love you.
Beautiful.
Hooray!
Have fun, Samba.
Yay!
We love you.
Bye.
Hold on. The girls are going to how do I put this? While he's singing, they're going to charisma the boy.
The horse boy?
Yes, the horse boy.
Are
Okay.
they gonna accompany him or try to counter charm?
No, more of they're just going to work their big quotes around magic on him, because you know it's entertainment for them, and they find this entertaining.
Fritter.
I'm assuming I roll a charisma check, not a.
Yeah, you roll charisma checks for the girls. Fritter, do you consent to this?
We already know my character's backgrounds and flaws, so this is how it's going.
Okay, then you might not even need to bother with a charisma save then.
17. 1. 19.
On second thought, roll me that charisma save.
A 3.
You are head over heels for the tiefling.
Oh my god. Yeah, so the way I'm picturing this, and correct me if I'm wrong, the two ladies, the hoes that you have.
They're dancing slash hands all over me and each other while staring at the horse boy while he's singing and playing the flute, and hopefully making him not mess it up, but what's the word I'm looking for, Fritter?
Throw him off slightly?
I guess, yeah.
Make him flush.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. You get his attention. So while he's doing this dance and song and routine, he moves over on the stage in the direction of you and your fawning girl posse.
Oh shit.
And he just leans in and starts singing towards all three of them for a few moments. And he's just trying to lay on all of the charisma.
Oh boy.
Here we go again.
Is this gonna lead to more people?
Oh god. Alright, I'll let you guys have the floor with that one. I'm going to step out for a second. Do your thing.
Okay. I guess.
So
Girls are very, very loving this because attention is their thing, obviously. Me, I'm just kind of like another one. You girls get me into more trouble than than anybody else I've ever known. True.
song and dance routine.
Describe to me
Dance
the song.
break.
Yeah, describe to me the song and dance routine.
Oh, he just says dance break and just starts tap dancing in the middle of everything.
Roll me performance with advantage.
Okay, is there a way I can do that from the sheet, or?
Yeah, you have to toggle the advantage. It should be
You
at the
have the-
top of your sheet.
Do you see where it says advantage, normal, disadvantage? Do you have that on your sheet?
Yep, and I'm gonna click it now.
Okay. 16. So, describe this song and dance routine.
So he just says dance break, and then he starts to tap dance, and he goes across the stage from one end to the other as he plays the flute.
Okay.
He is, by proxy, doing this, and as he does so, he also flips and backflips, and even does a few more like tumbles and moves around unconventionally, just getting the attention of the entire crowd.
Okay. So, as you're doing this, the crowd is like throwing their hands up in the air. They're doing the wave. They're cheering you on. They're throwing bits of popcorn and like roses onto the stage for you.
And coins, I'm guessing.
Yes, and coins. Hold on. There is a total of 76 gold coins on the stage for you.
Okay. My character looks at the crowd after he stops to take a break. He says, you know what? Life itself has its up and downs. Much like how people can have both a smile and a frown. But if you remember to keep on moving, life will go on. Thank you, folks. And then he waves, and he picks up the gold, looks at you, and says, I will be here for as long as I can to remind people to have a happy plan.
Beautiful.
He is not a bard. He's just horrible at his rhyming, but that's how it goes.
That's fine. You may as well be a bard with the amount of performance checks you've been making.
Maybe you'll multi-class.
Oh boy. So, yeah, the crowd begins to cheer and they clap as they begin to disperse, and like, you know, some of them wave some kisses at you, some of them begin to like throw some winks at you. We've got Vamak and the hose over there just fawning over you as they stick around. And what is Rosalie doing in all of this?
She's still hanging back with Iris, observing, trying to discern his intentions to see if he's trying to gain trying to determine if he has like an ulterior motive, while at the same time she's standing in front of Iris as best she can to shield her from view.
Okay.
So he packs up his cart just as quickly as he had put it together. And he looks around, trying to get an idea of where he might see the closest inn.
The closest inn is actually just across the street from the cathedral. Or no, monastery. Sorry, my bad. Monastery.
Yeah, the cathedral is the kingdom of Yor.
Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, right now there's like a monastery behind you, which is where Rosalie and Iris are, you know, sitting and watching. And then across the street from the monastery is actually an actual inn as well.
Cool. I go over to the inn.
Okay.
I'm going to let you know my background trait as an entertainer by popular demand.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Vamak, as Fritter is going to the inn, we have Lenali and, what was the other one's name? Larissa. Lenali and Larissa, they're just trying to pull you into the inn to follow Fritter. Like, oh, come on, dearie, come on. We could always use another member. Please, please, Vamak.
Just dragging me, and I'm just like, I'm pulling, not really pulling away, but acting like I am. I'm just like,
We could always use another member.
troubles.
No, it won't be any trouble. I promise, I swear. Please, can we just take him with us, please?
And then they slowly move me towards the frickin' thing. Like, well, the ship will need an entertainment other than you two.
Yeah.
The crew will need entertaining.
Yes, the crew will need entertaining.
And just so you know, Larissa was the one with the 17, and Lenali, the half orc girl, was the one with the
Backwards.
20.
Oh, okay, that makes
I
more
got
sense.
that backwards. My bad.
It's alright.
Yeah.
So, as Fritter goes into the inn, and the mock and the hose also go into the inn, Rosalie, you do see this. Do you follow suit?
Iris, find some place to keep low and stay out of sight. I'm going to find out what is up with this character.
Iris just coos and then just climbs onto the roof of the monastery and just plops herself on the roof and just keeps an eye out.
Try not to damage anything, but let me know if you're in danger.
She kind of just gives a at you, and then just lays down and falls asleep.
That actually sounds good right about now. I've been awake all night. What is with this horse boy? I go into the inn.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. So you enter the inn, and it's actually a little more lively than it was on the streets. There's a lot of people kind of just singing and dancing on the tables, and there's Fritter sitting at the bar, and then Mock being dragged by Lenali and Larissa to the bar as they surround Fritter. Lenali and Larissa kind of just let go of Mock for a second, and they just surround Fritter, and they just go, "Oh, darling, that was quite the performance you gave. By any chance, could you give a private performance?"
So,
Great.
leading into this, I want to let you know something.
Yeah.
As they walk in, they also see my character watch everyone with a high charisma. He just looks over and goes, "Hey, hey, hey."
I want you to roll me a charisma check then, as I roll against.
Do you have anything else to say other than hey? Or are you just making your food order?
Okay. With that 21 right there, versus
Well,
my... Go ahead.
Did I rolled it with advantage? Is that alright or no?
That's perfectly fine, actually. I was gonna have you roll it with advantage anyways. Versus my 12, though, I'm gonna say you actually begin to, like, form a posse of various elves, both women and men, kind of just following you around as you go sit at the bar. You just have this, like, group of elves just fawning over you. My, what a magical creature. Oh dear, yes.
Alan looks at Rasley and then says, "Well, hay is for horses."
And that's what you are, isn't it?
Sorta.
What do you mean, sort of? You either are or you're not.
I'm Faye.
So, I've met centaurs before. In fact, one of my friends is a centaur. But you're not a centaur.
Nope,
What are you?
I'm fluffy, I got a short muzzle, and I'm amazing.
Oh, that muscle of yours looks so fabulous. Tell us more.
Nearby. Sorry, I love you.
It is a boopable snoot, yes. Now, you seem pretty interested, but you don't seem interested in the same way. What's up?
Oh, then do tell me more, maybe in a more private. Stop it!
Sorry.
Was he the random elf, or was he addressing me?
He was addressing you, but apparently everyone's
You're so
responding.
fucking red right now. Matches the shade of purple on your backdrop.
Oh, you're funny.
I've met people with ulterior motives before I wanted to determine
I'm sorry,
whether or
I'll
not
stop.
you are one of them.
I mean, I don't think I have any ulterior motives. I just like seeing people smile.
That's fair, I suppose.
I mean, I get it. I'm Faye-ish. I'm not really one of those things which you see often either. I mean, there's me and then there's my cousin. Most of the others stay in the forest.
Oh, but darling, you
So
radiate us with
wired.
your presence.
So what brings you here then?
Adventuring.
What kind of adventuring?
Well, any kind of adventure. I go from town to town. I see if I can find out if I can help, and I also perform.
So you're looking for experience.
I mean, sorta?
Well, I wrap my arm around. Well, technically, I have to kneel down to wrap my arm around your shoulder.
9 foot tall Goliath.
You just see this
And
giant
Alan.
Goliath just laying down and get uncomfortably close to your face, just like, hey.
Just wrap my arms around your shoulder, like, stick with us, boy. Specifically me and the host, and you get all the experience you need.
That almost sounded like a flirt.
It wasn't intended as it, but
But Mark, we don't even know who he is.
details. The crew will need entertainment, and so will the girls.
I do like the sound of that. Let's see. Hang out on the ground, go on some kind of a ship. One way or
The
the other.
girls are gonna, specifically Linali is going to boop the snoot. Snoot boop!
Oh boy.
As she goes to poke you, but instead pokes you with her nose.
Oh, the fritter proximity. Oh god, I
Oh,
gotta.
the
hold on.
Eskimo kiss.
Okay, fritter blue screen blushes and then goes.
Ooh, help us.
As I pat him on the back. See, all the experience you need. As I hold on, I need to
So,
roll a thing for me sitting down. Can the chairs hold my fat ass?
I am rolling for that right now.
so
Before
you
I
can
try
dish
and
it
sit
out, but you
down.
can't take it. Interesting.
I can totally take it. I can give and I can receive. There is no question about that.
You feel Larissa's hands run up your back. But can you really?
Oh, wow. So, by the way, the chair surprisingly can hold your weight. You just sit down on it, use your... as it bends down.
As I hear it creak as I sit down, it's like, I don't think this is gonna last very long. Barcade! All the alcohols.
You just see this, like, this very tall and thin elf with, like, a pencil stash kind of just run up, just zip cartoonishly up to you guys and be like, "Yes, dear sir, how may I serve you?"
What's the strongest shit you got?
Oh, you
It's
want the
too-
strongest.
It's too early in the morning for this.
Give me one moment here. He then zips around.
Never been on a ship.
Actually, I have. I've been on a ship for 2 years. Or technically a year and a half, but...
The flustered horse basically looks at both of you. Excuse me for a minute, I gotta go use the bathroom.
Oh no. The pencil.
Don't leave us! I see the girls.
I'll be back!
So, the bartender, the pencil bartender, he zips back and has this whole tray of, like, this really big flagon and just drops it in front of you. For you, my dear sir, our specialty, we have the dragon blood wine, aged for 1,000 years.
I pick it up and I smell it. I'm like, familiar.
Dragon blood wine.
Yes, dragon blood wine. We only sell it to special customers. Almost
And
expensive.
where did you get this dragon blood wine?
Oh, from the cellar in the back. It's been sitting back there for 1,000 years.
Familiar.
Oh, wait.
Let's see if it holds up as good as the other.
Oh, boy. So, just gonna let you know right now.
Just so you-
It's gonna be 1,400 gold for the flagon. And I'm gonna want you to roll me a Constitution save with disadvantage.
Okay. I've had stronger drinks, but yes. Disadvantage.
Dragon blood wine is nothing to be sneezed at, Vermont. Be very careful.
Oh. Okay.
So here's what happens. You begin to.
One's a 15, one's a 25. I don't know.
So the one that is deeper in color is the one that works, or is the one
Yeah,
that is
the
being
white
signed.
one is the one.
Yeah, the one that's whited out a bit. That's the one that isn't. Because you roll at disadvantage, you take the lesser number anyways.
Oh, okay.
So here's what happens. You grab that flagon. You take a sip. The minute that dragon blood wine touches your lips, all of a sudden the world around you begins to swirl. Think what's that painter who painted the Starry Night picture?
Van Gogh.
Yeah, think Van Gogh. Like the world, your vision turns into like this Van Gogh artistic style, and it just begins swirling. Your head begins to feel like it's spinning. Your body begins to feel like it's turning into noodles, and you just fall flat on your back. And all of a sudden, it is just black darkness.
What did you expect? We've been awake all night worrying about Bobby, and we're gonna need some lodgings.
Lodgings, you say? He then leans in. I've got some rooms that are for rent if you need any. How many are sleeping with your crew?
The horse comes in. They know me!
Oh, they know you. Oh, forget what I said then. You will have your rooms for free for the night, yes. They will be upstairs. There's 3 rooms, all for you and your crew. Each room has about 6 beds, so I hope it will be comfy enough for you. If you need to rearrange anything, please address me and I will personally see to it. He then hands you like 3 keys.
Did I hear that right, DM? That each room has 6 beds.
Yes.
Big rooms.
Our biggest and our finest for the most special guests.
That was
we
out of
have.
character that I said that.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Either way. But yes.
Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Yeah.
What is even happening right now?
Would you, my dear, like anything to drink on the house, of course?
No, I'm good. I'll just
Maybe I could interest you in something from our non-alcoholic section.
I've been awake all night. I should get some sleep.
Oh, I know the perfect remedy for that. He then zips around behind the bar, behind the wall, and he comes back with this freshly brewed, what smells like some sort of tea, and places it in front of you.
I smell the tea.
I want you to roll me an insight.
Insight. There you are.
Okay, so as you smell the tea, all of a sudden your mind flows to this herbalist tea that you ran into some far off time in between then and now, and you do recognize this tea as an elf specialty. It helps with the sleep and it helps you regain energy and gives you a more focused feel for throughout the next day.
From recognizing it, do I remember if there were any side effects from having that tea in the past?
As far as you can remember, there are no negative side effects other than, if you do not sleep the following night, hallucinations will begin to endue.
Okay. Well, having smelled and recognized the tea, I'll start taking small sips. I'm not gonna down it all in one go, but in gratitude, I'll start sipping the tea like a English woman would.
Okay.
Pinky out and everything.
Ah, you are a woman of culture, I see.
I do have my moments. Yeah.
Well,
Good tea, thank you.
oh, of course. Anything for our special guests. Would you like a bath drawn for you as well? I'll have the servant see to it. Oh, merry man! And then you just see this, like, row of tall, skinny elves with pencil stashes just line up behind you. Yes. See to it that our dear special guests have the full 5-star service, please and thank you. Of course! They then salute and dart off into your rooms and get everything ready for you guys.
What is even happening right now?
Did you not read the sign out front? We are the Squeaky Inn. We give all the best services here. Within our capabilities, of course.
Well, considering that I walked in kind of half asleep and half stupefied by this individual's performance, I guess it would be easy for me to miss the sign.
Oh, yes, I suppose. That does make sense. So, your friend who's knocked out on the ground there, is he going to need any assistance?
The
Very
girls will tell
possibly.
him no.
Oh, I see. He has special servants to himself. Very well. I shall leave them to it. And then he turns to Fritter. And what about you, our dear special guest? Yes, our man of the hour. How can we be of further service to you? Hello?
Wait, what?
The bartender, he turns to you and is asking if he can be of any further service to you, because you are the most special guest of tonight.
The man of the hour, specifically.
I'm pretty sure that I gotta work for the rooms and everything, so let's do this.
The girls are going to help clean, wash dishes, do shit, prep for the next day, for to assist with the price of the alcohol.
Oh, no, that's on the house, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because of
Or they're
how
going to do it
popular
anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, if they're going to do
They're
it
going to
anyway.
do it anyway.
So the horse is gonna put on another performance inside of the bar over the course of the night, and then he'll probably retire to one of his rooms.
Real quick, roll me performance with advantage this time. Oh, wow.
Very nice.
Okay. Yeah, very, very, very nice indeed. So you give such a wonderful performance. It's so big and exciting. You actually begin to start a giant orgy in your room. Thankfully, you have 3 rooms. So that lasts.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, that lasts all night. And basically paid for not just the rooms, but the drinks and pretty much everything else that you would need from this place for the next 3 days.
As I go into my room specifically to ignore the orgy that's going on in one of the other rooms, I'm gonna look around the room and I'm gonna be like, it's a shame that Iris can't shapeshift yet.
As you say Iris's name, you just kind of see her poke her head in through the window.
Careful, I don't want you being seen.
She then looks around the room and then just kind of like steps inside and then just plops in the center.
I give a soft chuckle and I start petting her again.
She coos and gently wraps herself around you.
can't believe this. I'm throwing myself to the fate of someone that I hardly know yet again. What is even happening? Okay, so looking over Michael's letter again.
Mm-hmm.
I did send you a DM question. I was hoping that you might look over it while we were focusing on other people.
I have so many DMs. I really need to add that thing that Kay
DM,
made.
check your
Yeah,
DMs.
I should really add that as like an alert that pops up. Let's
It would
see
be
here.
nice.
Yeah, I'll get that before the next stream. Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
I did send you something just for future references.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. Yeah.
Not exactly an easy task that you've set me up to perform, did you, Michael?
The air is just still and quiet.
Well, since Bobby is going to be out of commission, and I imagine Nelson's not going to be much help, guess we're on our own in doing this, Iris.
You just hear Iris softly and gently coo as she rustles herself to sleep.
Yep. Bright and early in the morning, I do wish they would keep it down over there. But it's not like I haven't listened to the stupors of drunken sailors in the past.
Oh, what do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, way hey, and up she rises early in the morning. And that is just all you hear as you wake up to the next day.
Yeah, I was going to say that I was going to finish off with a light bath before turning
Continue.
in for the night. But yeah.
Continue then.
At
Go
some
ahead.
point in the night, I wake up and shout, "Drunken Grand!"
Good Lord.
I then look around like, oh yeah. Wrong place.
The host just kind of look at you and facepalm.
As I rise before the sun rises and wander through the town.
Okay, so before we get to that, what were you doing before the morning rises, Rosalie?
Taking a bath.
Okay, so you just take a bath.
Not a fancy bath. And when she gets up in the morning, she does put a little bit of extra effort. But when she comes out, she doesn't look much different.
Okay.
Because of from how she looked previously, because of reasons. But yeah.
Okay. How about the fritter? How does the fritter wake up in the morning after that 4-hour-long orgy?
Oh God! All right. First, perception check to find my clothes.
Yes, do that, please.
Where are the clothes?
Oh, make sure you set it back to normal now.
Instead of advantage.
Yeah. Alright, 22. That's good enough. So, through the crowd of the people, as you're looking around, you do manage to find your trousers, which somehow ended up on one of the elves' heads. One of the other elves is wearing your shirt. That lady over there is wrapped in your belt. Don't know how that happened. And you find your shoes.
Obviously tied her up.
And you find your shoes on two elves' noses. Yeah, it was a wild night.
Am I able to retrieve them, or are we looking at like?
So your clothes are just on various other elves in the room, but yes, you are able to retrieve them.
Don't worry, they're just transient.
Yeah. The hardest one, honestly, was getting your shirt off of that one elf. He just refused to take it off.
So I get redressed.
Mm-hmm.
I pat the elves on the head as I walk by, and I make my way towards the door.
Okay.
Whose door?
Well, you each have your own rooms, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. So you walk
So
out.
it's your room.
Yeah, so you walk out the door of your room. You see Vamak is leaving the inn and is going out into.
I would have left before everybody got up.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
And the first thing I do is I ask where I can find a bath and a laundering service.
So as you do that, some more of the, I'm just gonna call them pencil butlers at this point. The pencil butlers show up and they direct you to the bath that was in your room. They get it ready for you, you know, hot water and everything, steamy bubbles and whatnot.
Do they clear all of the additional elves that are still piled up in there before I do it?
Yes.
Out, everybody
yeah,
out.
Yeah. They just get like a wagon and they just pick up the elves and throw them in the wagon, and then they just wagon the elves out of your room and down the stairs and toss them to the street. And they just clean up the room as they continue to bathe you and clean you up. And they're just, you know, the pencil butlers are just doing their best to keep this place clean and orderly.
Okay.
Be in awe of my fabulous moustache.
Oh yes, yes, my pencil stash.
Okay, so Alan gets himself cleaned up.
Okay.
He walks out into the hallway finally, looks around, trying to see if any of the other party members are active.
Lanali and
Earl will be.
Larissa, I believe, did they go with you, Vamak?
No,
They didn't?
I'm
Okay.
left alone.
Okay.
They would be active. They'd be down at the bar or leaving the room.
They'd probably be volunteering their services to serve drinks.
Well, not just that. They'd be eating breakfast, serving drinks, dancing, doing whatever the fuck they
Yeah.
felt like doing.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then...
Cooking breakfast for all we fucking know.
Yeah, and then what about Rosalia? She is waking up.
Waking up, she'll get herself dressed, look at herself in the mirror, make sure that everything is as she, and she also checks her supplies, make sure that everything is as it should be. And then she's gonna wonder how, first of all, how did Iris get in without alarming anyone, and how is she gonna get out without alarming anyone?
That is a good question, isn't it?
How did you do that, by the way, Iris?
And she just pokes her head at the window. And then just shrugs.
Maybe I should have let Michael examine you. No, I'm too late for that now. Okay. Try to stay out of sight. I'll be outside with you in a little bit.
She just kind of looks at the window, opens it with her head, and then just crawls out the window. And then you just hear thumps on the roof, and then a plop.
Big windows, considering that she's a medium-sized creature.
Yes, they are big windows, actually.
Okay. And then I'll head downstairs for some breakfast.
Okay. You open the door, and you see Fritter across the way has also opened his door.
Or Alan.
Or Alan, my bad. Alan has opened his door at the same time as you, and you guys both look down into the room. You see Lanali and Larissa are sitting at the bar. They're having breakfast and getting ready to start dancing in the room as guests begin to fill the tavern.
Well, you certainly had a night.
Yeah, apparently. This happens. Probably more than I really think it should, but not enough for me to think that it's always a thing.
Question Crosser, outside of town, what is outside of town?
So, are you exploring the town?
Yes, but I went to the edge of town first. What is outside of town?
Actually, I have a slide for that. So, as you begin looking out to the town, you begin to see this kind of like savanna-like biome, basically. Basically, it's just as you look out towards the rest of the world, you can see savanna trees and gazelles roaming the area. You can see like rhinos, like a herd of rhinos running past. And as you look up and around the sky, you can actually see flocks of various dragons flying freely, as well as other weirder but also more magical creatures such as Pegasi and I have a list of the kind of creatures here. Give me 1 second. Elven pride
Aaron?
creatures. There's Pegasus, there's hippogriffs, there's winged bulls actually flying in the area. So you see like cows with wings flying past. You're seeing lions, winged lions of all things as well. And just
Hopefully they're not manticores.
let me double check. No, manticores are not in this area actually. Okay, thank goodness. All right.
Okay.
Well, I went out into the tree line before, since I got up a few hours before people. I
Mhm.
went out and did, normal shifty stuff.
Normal
out in
shifty
the
stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Super secret shifty things out in the trees
The super secret
before
shifty
coming
shit.
back to town.
Okay.
And I would be essentially returning to the inn around the same time as everybody else is coming down. But, covered in dirt, maybe some blood and shit.
Gotcha. Okay. So
What happened to you?
Stuff and things and details as I walk up the stairs.
as you walk up the stairs, the pencil butlers begin to draw a bath for you and clean your room.
As Larissa joins me for the bath.
Is it bath
Because-
time? Time to
Because,
make a splash! And she just jumps in. She just picks you
Of
up and then
course.
jumps into the bathtub with you.
Lenali, is this normal?
Oh, yes, dearie. Every Tuesday.
Right.
Oh, then.
Alright then.
So, what is
Well,
the plan
I
for
have-
today?
Well, I have someone I need to find.
Oh? And who might this someone be? A lover? A fighter? Interesting.
I'm not interested in lovers.
Oh,
Michael has apparently charged me with locating his wife and his child. Apparently they're somewhere here in the Elven Pride.
Interesting.
I am actually going to finally read the letter from Michael
As
after
you're-
we're done with the bath.
Okay, so you get out of the bath and you begin reading Michael's letter, and it states, Vamok, we didn't really have much time to get to know one another, but in the time that I did spend talking with you, I have gained a sense of your goodness, as much as you would like to hide it deep down inside. So, for this, I am entrusting you to a couple of my own personal belongings. And don't worry, I've already informed my students about this as well. So, in my office back in Yule, where you will most likely find the person that you are looking for, there will be a set of plans, as well as enough funds for you to finally build that ship you've been looking for. Yes, I do know all about that. Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. Even though I am dead, after all. So, While I wish I could be there to help you finally build it in person, I'm afraid that is not possible. So, I know I hired you to be with the group, and now that I'm no longer living, there's not really any way that I can pay you. However, I do leave that charge to my brother Nelson. So, speak with him after he has read his letter. All the responsibilities that I have placed onto you will also now fall to him. And I expect that he will take care of your needs as needed, just as well as I have. P.S.
Righty then.
P.S. Please do not destroy my office, as much as you might be compelled to. That is all.
Jack,
Plot
don't
twist,
destroy the
Michael was
office.
Francis all along.
Like as soon as I read the person you were looking for, my eyes get squinty, and you can see the visual the visual anger on my face that you can see. It's just like, Francis. And they're like, oh, don't destroy the office. Gotcha. And I'm like, what? Hey, as I look around to speaking to the ether, how am I supposed to get the shit if it's not here? This does not answer my questions.
I have so many questions!
I want everybody to roll me perception checks to see if you hear this.
Passive perception is 21.
You would
She
definitely
would've
hear
heard
this.
me.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody basically hears you yell out to the ethos.
Just like, fuck, man.
What's got his belt up in a knot?
Oh, probably something to do with Francis.
As I proceed to go looking for Nelson now, all grumbly coming down the stairs, just like, and cracking the bottom step, you just hear a snap as I hit the bottom step before I hit the ground. Just as I stomp out of the freaking thing, it's like, where's Nelson? As I kick the freaking door to the inn off its hinges.
Easy, we're gonna have to pay for that. What did Nelson do?
Who is Nelson?
Druid.
As Larissa kind of shows her the whole go find Nelson part of the note.
Okay.
Like, yeah, gotta find Nelson for things in the letter.
I don't know where Nelson went.
As I now parade around town looking for Nelson.
Well,
Elf, have you seen Nelson? You Elf, have you seen Nelson? You Elf, have you seen Nelson?
No, I have
As I
not seen
shout
this
in the center
Nelson,
of
sir!
town, Nelson!
You just see this, squirrel kind of, in front of you. Just
I
holding
pick
some
up
nuts.
the squirrel. Nelson! As I hold him up to my eyes.
Are you sure that's Nelson?
And I shake him. Are you Nelson?
My God. Roll me animal handling. At disadvantage.
Oh no.
Okay, where's my character sheet? Hold on. There it is.
What do you have 3 screens?
Even
Where did I
though
put
I
my
have-
thing?
Even though I have proficiency in animal handling.
Yeah, just roll
Well,
it.
then you shouldn't be too worried.
15.
So you begin shaking this squirrel about, and you just hear a snap as it
Actually,
head
I-
lobs
I-
to the side.
I would have picked it up by its scruff and shaken it.
Okay, so yeah, you just pick it up by the back of its neck. You just shake it. Are you Nelson? And it just claws at you. Like it just begins like just attacking you dramatically, and you take 8 points of slashing damage. to your face.
Well,
Even-
this
even
is
though
not the worst I've seen.
As I proceed to yeet said squirrel as hard as I can. Fly, Nelson!
Roll me a strength check.
That's the strength on the side, right? I believe so.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
roll it at normal. No, just
Oh, I forgot to take it off at disadvantage.
that's okay.
13. That,
Alright,
fuck,
so-
still not what I wanted.
So you just take the squirrel, you wound your arm back, and you just yeet this guy into the sky, and you just see this like star in the blue sky as the squirrel is just gone, blasting off again.
Was that really necessary?
Yes. As I proceed to go looking for Nelson.
I go to put my hand on the big guy's back.
Did you catch me?
I'm going to try to.
Roll me,
He's a monk. He can catch up.
roll me athletics.
Like monks are super speedy.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you're able to catch him in time, just after he threw the squirrel.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, big guy, we can't attack all of nature because Nelson wants to put you in a full Nelson, okay?
What?
As I start dying laughing, I kind of place a hand the size of his torso on his shoulder. It wasn't Nelson. It was his brother's fault.
Oh dear.
As I try to say words while having lack of breathing issues.
Okay, whatever it did, take a moment, look at yourself, and now look at all of the people looking around you.
As you look around, you just see this giant crowd of elves, all in shocked and feared looks.
Have you seen Nelson? As I
Stop.
point to somebody.
Stop. Just stop. Stop. I have a way to get this done.
As I stop, look curiously at the pony boy. Proceed, good sir.
Okay.
Show me your ways.
Oh boy.
So my character turns around and finger gun points while winking at the crowd, saying, "Can anybody just tell me where this Nelson might be?"
One of the clerks from earlier this session walks forward and goes, "I believe he's still at the monastery, waiting his dear friend's revival."
Okay, cool.
As I proceed to walk away before they, as soon as they say monastery, I'm just like, to the monastery.
Problem solved, and there he goes again.
No.
He's already storming off.
Yeah,
He's like
I'm
leaving
half-
dents in the concrete floor as he's walking.
As I'm speed walking to the freaking monastery.
What is your base speed?
40.
55.
Yeah, he catches you.
He tries to stop me.
You're gonna see this horse just like scrambling across the back, the front, and like moving around on the body of the huge barbarian that's trying to trounce down the street. Stop! Come on! No! Slow down!
I don't know why. I'm just picturing Timon and Pumbaa at this point.
Picturing him
Let
like
me at him! Let me at him!
like holding his arms around my chest, his legs around my waist, like, stop moving! Quit resisting! And I'm just like, you can't stop me!
I'm gonna attempt a grapple roll.
Roll me strength check.
Kidoki. Strength check.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, so we have Alan Fritzer, who is just putting his hands on your massive pecs, and you are just going boom, 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 and he's just locking his feet in the ground, and it's just like leaving this like indent in the ground as you guys are going further and further, and he just gets deeper and deeper in the ground.
Breaking the tiles.
Yeah, you are like legitimately breaking the tiles with him as he tries to slow you down, and it's just not working.
And I'm just like, I just pick him up and put him on my shoulder. And carry him to the freaking monastery. We're going on an adventure.
Adventure? His eyes sparkle.
Oh no. It's too late now. Rosalie, it's up to you.
Might as well find out what all this mess is about.
Alright, so you get to the monastery. What do you do, Vimak?
First, I come in and like visibly change from super angry, where is Nelson, to how's Bobby? It's like night and day difference. Just asking the clerk, so how's Bobby? Blah 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 blah. Have you happened to see Nelson recently?
He just points to where Bobby is laying, and as you turn, you see Nelson is sitting there, and he's holding the letter, and it just kind of like drops to the ground as he just lets it go and just keeps his eyes on Bobby. He's not doing anything. He's just quiet, and you can see that there's like tear stains on his cheek as he's just been sitting there, just waiting.
The girls compassionately surround him.
There's also the cries of a baby next to them.
As Larissa.
I'm gonna look over at the baby
tries
and
to
check on its health.
calm the baby.
Okay, so Larissa picks up the baby. Rosalie is checking the baby's health. And
Lenali
Lenali
is going to take a look at Bobby and check on him while I'm like, Nelson, we need to get you out of here for a little. And I have some questions for you, good sir.
Nelson just quietly says, I'm not leaving.
If you don't eat, you starve. You starve, you die. You die very, very bad. Let's get some food.
Then I
As
will
I
starve.
pick him up.
No. He just turns to you, and he turns into an owl bear, screeches at you, noms your head, and yeets you out the window before reverting back to his human form and goes back to Bobby.
I tumble to the ground before I go out the window with it.
Roll me an athletics check. Oh no, acrobatics check. My bad. All right, so yeah, you're safe. You duck down as Vimak is being yeeted out the window from this owlbear, and Vimak, I want you to roll me a strength save, or no, dexterity save.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna cast Goodberry and give Nelson a couple of the good berries.
So Vimak, you land safely outside in a puddle of water that is next. You land safely in the ocean at the bottom of the hill, basically. And then Rosalie, as you hand Nelson the berries, he just pushes them away with his hand gently and just stays seated and quiet.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's my fault.
No, I feel like it's mine.
How is any of this your fault? You're not the one who ran away from your family. You're not the one who decided destiny was different for you.
No. But I do have a dragon that no one has ever seen before. And as soon as she emerged to rescue myself and Bobby,
Sorry about that.
It was shortly after that that the goblins laid siege on us, and I was aware that at least hobgoblins were in black market for dragons. A dragon that no one has ever seen before was sure to be of interest to bounty hunters. It's my fault. I'm sure of it. If we didn't need to be rescued, those goblins most likely would not have even bothered to attack us.
If I didn't run from my duties, if I didn't run from my family, Michael would still be alive. And Bobby would still be awake.
I look over at Bobby. Can I glean like his general health despite being unconscious?
Roll me a medicine check.
Medicine, okay.
Well,
I don't know if I want to challenge that or not. I'm hoping that we're not going to get into combat. I'll go ahead and challenge it.
okay.
Can't get worse than that one.
Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, the hand that takes away is what landed, so that nat one stays in that one.
Okay.
So, you try to look over Bobby's health in this state of condition, and for whatever reason, you just go blind. You have no idea what's going on with this. It is like not within the realm of possibility at all for you to determine this.
I'll just place the good berries on a nearby table for when Nelson is ready to eat.
Nelson just kind of slowly looks at the berries and then looks to Rosalie. I didn't ask for any of this, you know. I didn't want any of this to happen.
Neither did I.
The monk from behind goes, this is so depressing. He walks over between the two of them.
Okay.
Look, I don't know what happened. I just got here. But I can tell you right now, is it helping you at all to do this and sit here and do absolutely nothing?
He lost his brother.
I'm sorry. But you're here. Can't they revive him?
We don't have a body to revive.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah, it would take very powerful magic at that point to get him back. Like, very powerful. Almost godlike.
Oh, well. Good thing I know someone. He turns around and smiles.
What?
You just gotta find my cousin.
Your cousin is a... you know what? I'm not gonna question anything at this point.
Well, my cousin's not a god, but my cousin has a lot of adventuring experience. He usually goes around and he has all sorts of trinkets and stuff inside of his bag and in the cart. And usually the stuff in the closet that his wife doesn't let him touch.
And that helps us how?
I mean, he probably has something to revive them.
I look over at Nelson.
You just see Nelson's eyes and his face just kind of like glow as he's listening to this. Do you know where he's at? Do you know where we could find him?
The last time that he was there, he was at one of the stores up in the Dwarven Kingdom.
Oh. Fuck.
Let me guess, you just came from the Dwarven Kingdom.
Actually, no, we just came
No.
from the Orcs.
We came from the orc tribes.
Ah. I mean, it's not like he stays in one place for too long. We can usually find him.
I do have a contact in the Dwarven Kingdom, though. Maybe I could alert him.
I could try to send a message. I don't know if it'll get to him for a long time.
Well, that could work too.
Would you like to
Okay.
try?
Now, Crosser,
Yep.
would I still have the stone to summon the bird back to me?
1 second. Notes. Read. Check. Yeah. You still would.
Okay, so I can summon the bird that pulls his cart. I'll tie a note to the bird. The bird will eventually get to him. Now, if he reads the note soon, or if he completely ignores it because he left the baby in the dungeon again, I can't tell you. So you may have to wait here for a while. Oh yeah, he has a kid.
As you guys are talking, you hear mumbles, grunts, and curses and splashes and stuff as I rotate my known languages and curses. The only word you hear is, or the words you understand are Umberly and Francis at the top of my lungs.
I'm sorry I don't speak the language.
Roll a thing to see if you can understand how many languages I rotated through. Crosser, what would she roll?
That would actually be a
That would depend on what languages that you've rotated with, because I do know some languages, and if any of the languages that I have would be among them.
That would be
I know,
an insight check, I believe.
I know Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Giant, Golka, and I learned Orcish, but I just hadn't added it to my proficiency yet.
I do know Draconic and Dwarvish in addition to Common.
Okay.
So what word in Draconic do I hear, and what word in Dwarvish do I hear?
Well, in less of an order, go ahead and give it.
Less of an order. Basically, I'm cursing random shit. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck this, Umberly. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck this. Fuck you, Francis. You understand something about me being pissed at Umberly for something that you don't understand the context of. You're just like, okay, he's mad at some chick named Umberly. You don't, at least in the first part where I'm yelling at her, you don't know what she is yet. You just think it's some chick. A few sentences later, you like, bitch, queen, goddess, fuck your face type of shit. So you're like, oh, okay. You don't know if I'm referring to Umberly. You're assuming that I'm talking about her. I could be talking about a whole new person because you didn't understand what I said in between the two segments. And then a bunch of stuff you didn't understand because Giant and Golka and shit. And
He is
then
a very angry giant.
and then very
He's a
angrily,
barbarian, what do you
fuck you,
expect?"
Francis, I'm going to rip your spine and skull out and shit down your face.
To Alan, I answered, he's a barbarian. What do you expect?
Oh.
The mock, I want you to roll me a strength save.
Oh no. This one.
Yeah, your queen ain't happy.
So lightning just begins to descend and strike upon the mock as it toasts and roasts him. Lightning begins to spread in the water. Fish begin to rise to the surface, fully cooked and everything. And you just see the mock kind of like fall back into the water after the lightning strikes.
all you see is a fist kind of be like, "Is that all you got?"
Another lightning strikes descends upon the sky, this time 3 times as bigger, and even sends you flying across the ocean as you begin to skip along the water.
Towards the shore or deeper into the ocean?
Deeper into the ocean.
Deeper into the ocean.
Oh, great. Gonna have to have Iris.
Okay. Let me get the bird.
Like Captain Hook.
So he takes the stone
Okay.
and he kind of pokes it and says, "Come on, get here, over here."
All of a sudden, through the wall crashes in this beautiful hippogriff.
Hippogriff.
Oh, no, it is an actual bird, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like a Chocobo.
Oh, yeah. So, through the wall crashes through this beautiful Jacobo.
Axebeak.
Oh, yeah, the axe beak. Yeah. So, there's just this random bird that just busts through the wall, and it's like, ah!
Oh, we're gonna have to pay for this.
I'm
too.
picturing Quest for Camelot Axebeak.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, the monk will walk over, take out a piece of paper, scroll out a little note, tie it to the little barding on their beak.
Okay. So as you go to tie the note onto it, you can see that there already is a note tied to it with your name on it.
Oh. I pull the thing off the bird and take a look at the note.
You open the note, and it's a note from your cousin, and it states, "Dear cousin, first off, I'm amazing. Second off, we are currently dealing with a situation over here in the Dwarven Kingdom. Won't hear from us for a while. Not because I'm amazing, but because we are dealing with a ratkin invasion. But don't worry, I've got this. I'm going to battle as much as I can, fight through everything that I can." Oh, wait, shit, nope. The ratkin have changed. They now look black and scary and shadowy, and oh dear lord, they have new abilities. Okay, I'm gonna have to write you back later. I have a war to win. Later!
Okay. So, Alan just looks at the note and says, he'll be fine. So instead of writing back to his cousin, he decides to write to the cousin's wife.
Okay.
Does he repeat any of this information from the letter to us, or does he just keep it to himself?
He's gonna keep it to himself for the moment.
Okay.
Dear cousin, and cousin's wife, how are you doing? I'm adventuring. I hear that there's some kind of war going on there. I'm going to assume it's because the baby summoned it. Now, I have a friend that needs a revival. I don't know if you guys do any of that or have anything that can do that, but if you could even send something like a phylactery down here, that would help. Signed, Alan. P.S. I'm in Elf Town. I know you don't like elves, but I do. Bye.
In Elf Town, in Elf Town.
Hey, what happens in Elftown stays in Elftown. You got that?
As I proceed to swim around the ocean like a fish man.
I then pat the bird on the backside and then send them on their way.
And then it flies off.
Oh, I am going to regret this. Iris, see if you can help him get back to shore and try not to be conspicuous.
You're going to have to catch me.
Does anybody here know anything about ratkin that turn black and have creepy tentacle abilities?
What did you say?
I repeat back what was written in the note.
I'm going to sit in the nearest chair and kind of place my head in my hands.
It's okay, my cousin's handling it.
I'm proceeding to go diving for pearls.
Roll me a survival check.
Okay. I can't find pearls.
No, you cannot find anything. You find cooked fish, though.
Hooray, cooked fish.
So, I'm gonna look at the druid.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to stay around here if the bird comes back with anything, and I'm gonna give the stone to him.
He just nods and gladly takes it and stuffs it in his coat.
And when you can catch up, I appreciate it if you could return that.
You have my word. Now, what's this about ratkins?
Well, he said that the Dwarven Kingdom's kind of overrun with it, and he has to win a war involving it now, and that he's okay. Which, I mean, he probably is, but, you know, what caused it, I have absolutely no idea. I'm just going to assume that the baby touched another artifact.
Nelson then just
No.
reaches into the other side of his coat and pulls out a book. And Rosalie, you actually notice this book and you recognize it as Michael's journal. Let's see here. Oh, he
What notes did he take about ratkins?
well, other than the stabby killy,
And the obvious deviousness.
well, yes, of course, there's that too, but nothing in here states anything about them being able to change forms like that, or tentacle-like abilities. There's nothing in here.
I mean, like I said, it could just be an artifact.
Maybe we're overthinking this. He then puts
Yeah,
the
he's
journal
got
away.
it.
We've dealt with a ratkin before. They were able to unleash a kind of poison that was very, very difficult to cure with magic.
By this point, Famak will have reached the shore.
Well, hopefully with Iris's help.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
breathe underwater. She couldn't get to me.
Yeah.
I swim back because I'm Fishman. Or I act like a fish. Question, do I happen to take any damages to myself from the lightning? I think I have lightning resistance because of my
You take-
storm aura.
9 points of damage.
Okey-dokey.
So until
Oh,
you've
ow, oh, Band-Aid.
Oh dear, oh no. So you've been attacked by a squirrel, and you've taken lightning damage at this point. Man, you're the only one that has taken any form of damage, and we've not once entered combat.
And considering the number of party members that we have, I hope we don't enter combat. That's just saying. Anyway,
Somebody say start a fight.
please now.
As I come in, I'm like, rule 1 about Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club.
Are you
Look.
done with your temper tantrum now, Famak?
No. But I am for now.
Good enough.
Oh,
Okay.
Betsy.
So, big guy. Long story short, I sent for my cousin to try and see if he can deal with the dead thing.
Can you help with this? As I show him a thing, the paper, or technically Larissa shows him the paper, and it says, back in the office at your. I'm like, can I get here? Can he take me here so I can get shit and come back here?
No, sadly, he's kind of busy right now. Look, I had to send a note seeing if my cousin and his wife can handle the things. And they're probably preoccupied between the baby and the ratkins that are swarming the entire Dwarven Kingdom right now. So, yeah.
As my eyes squint.
Yeah, those things.
Delicious rat kid. As I pick up the skull from Snitch.
Oh no.
Alas, poor York. I knew thee.
Alas, poor York! I knew him, Horatio!
He was delicious.
He was very delicious.
Okay, if you're listening, make a drawing of that.
No. Oh my
Hey,
God.
can you do a thing, please?
Oh, help me. Alright.
Anyway.
Anywho, so Nelson just he goes back to Bobby's side and he just kind of sits down and he turns to Vimak. Don't worry, big guy. I'll handle all the details. He
As I
told-
look over Details?
Yes, I'll handle the details about your payments and your help to the rest of the group.
Huh. What about this? As I show him the paper, this, pointing specifically to the boat and the gold and the things and the...
He said he will handle it.
Wait, what about a boat? I know you said something about a boat, but you said the boat's not done?
Technically, it didn't get started. Me and Michael were supposed to do that, but he went all kablooming!
Oh. Okay.
Not
well,
intended, but...
That means we gotta wait here for a little while, right?
Yeah.
So, let's go do some stuff.
As I proceed to go looking for... I guess it would be an artificer shop, right? If I wanted to get the Hakwa, which is basically a shotgun and an axe.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go look for an artificer shop.
Okay.
I'm gonna go find a way to make money that doesn't involve doing another performance, because I'm getting bored of having to dance on the stage every day. I'm gonna go look for a pit fight.
You're gonna go...
I tell him, I can help you with that later.
But I want to fight now.
Nelson,
I was
do
like,
you know
you
where
can
I
go
can
fight,
find...
just tell me where it is. We'll have grand old time.
So...
Former gladiator, former pit fighter, very fun shit.
So I'm going to assume Vamak and Alan are like walking out the door as they are like trying to figure out where to go.
I go right, he goes left.
I reach over to try to grab the barbarian to lead them in my direction.
Roll me a strength check. Vamak, roll me a strength save.
Oh, he actually does it.
Yeah, he just grabs you by the ear and starts dragging you with him.
Roll an acrobatics check. I'm 9 feet tall, remember?
Yeah, he has to jump on his shoulder.
I'm gonna say he
and
succeeds.
then pull him by the ear, like Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
He basically bounces off the back of my, or back/side of my, behind my knee and just hops up and grabs me.
This way.
He's like, "Ugh!" As I start walking sideways, he's like, hey, artificer shop.
Doesn't matter, he is just pulling you with him.
Artificer shop.
Pit fight.
I'm going to attempt to pick him up. Artificer shop.
Roll me a strength check, Fritter. Roll me a strength save.
Oh wait, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do that right.
Yeah,
Nope.
he kind of just jumps over you trying to grab him, and then he just
I'm
pins
off
you to the
balance
floor.
enough that I just fall face first in the dust.
I'm fist pumping. Pit fight.
And you just continue to drag him towards the pit fights. So what does Rosalie do as they leave?
As I've been trying to say 2 or 3 times already.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm assuming you're saying what you just typed right here.
Yes. So,
Nelson, he kind of just scratches his head, and he pulls out the journal. He looks at the date. If I were to guess, oddly enough, they'd probably be watching the pit fights. It's a common sport here, actually. Did you know that?
It has been a long time since I last visited the Elven Pride. I didn't know that they were into pit fights. I thought that would be more of a dwarven or even orcish tradition.
Well, the dwarves are more focused on technology developing. They have this thing called the Gulag, which is where they send prisoners and otherwise undesirables to prove their worth. But other than that, that is a government thing. Here, pit fights are actually a national sport. And, well, it's whatever elf can prove they're the strongest gets the bigger prize.
Flash forward to Alan. I'm gonna punch one in the dick.
Punch his dick and twist it!
Oh, God.
Well, I suppose I guess finding whatever arena is hosting these pit fights might be the best place for me to start looking, because that's what Michael asked me to do.
I gotta respond to this one chat real quick. Hold on. Twist says, twist the deck. That's beautiful. Alright, so Nelson looks up and he takes a deep breath. And then he stands. I guess I better come with you. You'll have a better chance of finding them if I'm around. I know what they look like.
Valid point. I'll pick up the good berries that I left on the table, and I place a couple of them in his hand without even waiting for him to shove them away, and then I'll start walking out the door.
I suppose I am hungry. He then just eats a couple of them and leaves the rest for Bobby, and then follows. And you then walk out and you begin to follow Alan, who is just, fist pumping. Pit fight, pit fight, pit fight. And after a good 2 hours of walking and fist pumping pit fight, you eventually find where the pit fights are happening, which is, oddly enough, underneath the tavern that you guys were staying at. So you guys are like wandering around for 2 hours, and eventually one of the elves just points to it and is like, "It's in there! It's in the basement. It's held there every week."
Oh, is there betting?
Yes, there is betting. You can even sign up and join in the fights if you want.
Got it. I bet on myself.
Oh dear. Help us all.
Is that even allowed?
Technically, yes, it is allowed.
The horse will sign up for the pit fights.
Okay.
And he will put down as his bet everything I'm wearing.
I also sign up for the pit fights.
I am not going to sign up for a pit fight. I'm going to be doing my best to keep Iris out of sight to avoid drawing attention to her.
So, by the way, Rosalie, as you've been wandering this town, you do notice that there are dragons kind of freely roaming about in the town.
I smile at seeing the dragons roaming freely and get a little bit nostalgic.
So that is why Iris has kind of just been kind of nonchalant about roaming about, because she sees the dragons flying around. And she's like, "Oh, cool, I can too. Whee!"
Okay.
So
out of character, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned that.
Yeah, so basically, as you guys enter in the basement area, you just hear da 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 da. Bring out your man and bring out the muscle. Bring out your warriors. Bring out the fighters. Bring out the women. Bring them out to fight tonight. Ha! And there's just this crowd of people just circling this pit, and there are these just elves, just big, muscular, buffed up elves, just flexing their stuff as they're getting ready to punch each other in the face.
This is atypical physique for elves.
Are you ready for a fight? Yeah!
That's cute. They think they can do something.
I tower over them just like... Funny.
So as you enter the pits, as you signed up, the two muscular elves kind of just turn and roll me an intimidation check.
Both of us?
Yes.
Okay. There's my intimidation. There it is. I did not get it. My intimidation.
Oddly
I
enough,
was trying to.
I don't try to intimidate. I try to flirt. I wink and point at them.
So oddly enough, they're not at all intimidated by the giant Goliath that is standing 8 feet tall to them. But they look at Alan, and he just winks, and all of a sudden the two of them, they just get like very flustered and blush as they try to like look away and like, oh dear, he's hot.
I JoJo pose.
Oh no, he's hot.
Yes, meow meows. I'm here.
All right. What's up?
So, I do what I can. I bet everything that I bet, and I'm waiting for my turn. So I sit down in whatever chair is there and wait for the next fight.
Okay, so the two elves, they begin their fight, and they're knocking each other out. They're going, huh, huh, is that all you got? Oh, there's more where that came from. Uppercut! Oh, yeah. And they're just like, knocking each other around. They're just throwing punches at each other. Eventually, one of them begins to like fumble and slips and then begins to slide on the mud. He's like, oh shit! And then the other elf, he just goes right down for the punch in his face and just knocks him right out. You just hear the ding of the bell and he goes, yes! Are you not entertained? And just this roar of the crowd goes. Meanwhile, we've got Rosalie and Nelson kind of looking around. And Nelson eventually, let me roll perception for him.
Curiosity, Crosser.
Yeah?
What kind of pit fight? Is this like Legend of Hercules mud pit fight, Spartacus mud pit fight, a combo of the two?
Yes, and Irish pub fight as well.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, so everybody is shirtless in here.
Well, I fit right in. I'm half pants, boots, and my pelt over my shoulders. Hooray!
Rosalie has absolutely zero interest in both the pit fight and the competitors' attire.
The
moose slave.
So Nelson actually does spot something, and he tries to get Rosalie's attention and points in the direction where he sees what looks to be a woman and a child.
Is that them?
Yes, I believe so. They do appear to be having some fun. How about we wait and talk to them after the fight?
Works for me.
Great.
What are their names, by the way?
Oh, we have Serena, and the son is Arthrin.
Duly noted.
All right. Would you like to get popcorn, or would you like me to get the popcorn?
Sure. I'll get popcorn.
You seem rather tense, dear. Is everything all right?
I'm just perplexed by everything that's happened lately. This horse person that's weirdly, how do I put it? Disarming, but in a nice way.
She says I'm nice.
I don't know. I maybe I'm just overthinking it.
Rosalie, as I've learned from my brother, the world is full of surprises. Nothing is ever as you assume it to be. Rather, everything is as it is. Now, you can have your doubts and you can have your assumptions. That doesn't mean they're true. But it doesn't necessarily mean you're wrong either. You'll find your way, just as the rest of us.
Me with my assumptions have spelled trouble before. Let's just put it that way and leave it at that for now.
Very well, I will not press any further. Now then, the fight's about to begin. And the announcer then walks into the middle of the pit, and he goes, "Ah, what a wonderful way to start the night! Now have we got a real treat for you! Oh, we have some newcomers that are ready to rumble! Yes! So, without further ado, in the blue corner, we have an Alan Fritzer, an anthropomorphic unicorn whose charisma outmatches those of the greatest elves in the land.
It's only a 14, but okay.
And then...
He's exaggerating. putting on a show.
And who is his opponent, you might ask? Well, we have none other than Luminous Vermaris, the elf who will crush your skull quicker than you could say, oh shit. Oh dear indeed. He is ready. He's pumped. Let the fight begin!
All right. I start the fight by ripping off my shirt and jacket and throwing it off into the air behind me.
Awesome. Roll me a charisma check.
I hope for his sake that he does well.
Well, fuck. Alright, so, I rolled a nat 1, we're going to ignore that. The fighter immediately after Alan just rips off his jacket and throws it to the crowd. Not only does the crowd just go wild for this, but the fighter across the way, all of a sudden his nose starts to bleed, and he just falls to the mud. And then you just hear the ding of the bell and it goes, well then! That was a quick one, oh my!
I wink and I point at the crowd.
The crowd just goes tremendously wild as they begin to just throw popcorn and roses at you, much like at the stage.
All right.
So when does the fight start?
I think the fight
Rosalie,
just...
I think the fight's over.
But nothing happened.
You're looking at this monk who, while slightly foofy, also has this Atlas physique.
I kind of bend over to her. Girls, how do I explain this to not scar her?
He's hot, he's sexy, and he kills with his looks.
There you go.
But he didn't do anything.
All he needs to do, darling, is flex, and all the flutters go by.
Yeah,
I haven't.
I'm a monk with an 18 strength and a 16 dexterity. My body is like chiseled.
Oh, those rock hard abs, give them to me, daddy.
Basically, that ends that fight, and the announcer, who is just perplexed by this sudden move, just goes, oh dear, okay, well, moving on to the next fight then. In the red corner, and all of a sudden 2 elves just run up the stairs into the chairs, pull up the mock, and then just run him down and throw him into the red corner. We have a newcomer here tonight, everyone, yes. Another one.
Okay.
We have ourselves a Goliath of huge stature and mountain-like strength. His jaws can bite down and rip your neck off. Oh, this man is bloodthirsty and he is ready to fight. The Mock, everyone! And in the blue corner, there's a spotlight that turns on, and at first you see nothing, and then you just see this like tiny little elf, you know, very, very short elf, like 2 feet tall elf, kind of just walk out onto the mud shirtless, and he's got like boxing gloves on, and he's like, I'm ready for shreddy. We have the Devastator, the Emancipator, the grueling, painful Twister. We have Venomous Convacuum. And the crowd just goes quiet as I go, oh.
The boulder is conflicted.
God damn it. Did not expect that. Are you ready? Fighters!
As I grab my pelt off my shoulders and toss it to Larissa.
Roll me charisma.
Of course. It's on one on the side, right? No.
Yes, one on the side.
17.
Okay.
So the crowd goes wild as you throw your fur pelt to Larissa, and Larissa just catches it, and she just goes, oh, and then just flops. Oh, if looks could kill. Meanwhile,
Okay, short stack, let's do this.
Are you sure you want to do this? I got a mean punch.
As I look down at him from the height of a skyscraper. Like, sure, let's do this.
All right, so he begins to run up to you with a fist rolled back, ready to punch. What do you do?
Kick him in the face.
Roll me a strength check. That was a save.
Oh, wrong one.
That's okay.
No, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Still got 17.
All right, so you reel your foot back and you go to kick him, and all of a sudden you just feel this like immense force just stop your foot.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Emotional damage.
Interesting.
You just look down, and with anime-like glasses, he just pushes them up against his brow. He just goes, "I hope you're ready." And I'm going to need you to roll me a strength save.
But I just did that! Even better!
Alright, so he rolls his punch and he begins to like throw it up to you. And you actually do manage to catch it. But as you catch it, you just feel the immense pressure coming from this tiny little elf. Like, it is like unprecedented. It is like on your level of strength.
Oh, I want to fight him.
You are a curious little one.
And so are you, big guy.
Oh, he called the big guy a little one. Oh dear.
Oh.
I was the one who called the little one the little one.
Yeah, he called the 2-foot-tall elf a little one. He called the little elf called the 9-foot-tall Goliath the big guy.
Let's see.
So what do? You guys are kind of like locked in strength right now.
Yeah?
Kick him in the dick.
I will grapple him and try to toss him, I guess.
Roll me a strength check.
I thought this was a pit
No.
fight, not a wrestling match.
It can very easily turn into a wrestling match. So instead of you putting him to a headlock, he does it to you instead. He just kind of twists you around and then just wraps his arm. He attempts to wrap his arm around your neck, and he just slams you into the mud. You ready to give up yet? And then the referee comes up and goes, 1, 2. Do you do anything?
I'm going to, I guess, try and either stand up or something in the idea of yeet the little dude as hard as I can.
All right, so you're just going to stand. I need you to roll me a strength check.
21.
All right, let me roll against. Oh damn. Okay, so you just, without hesitation, you just stand up. You just grab him by the back of the neck, and you just throw him up into the roof.
I would have grabbed him by the throat.
Okay. So you
just picked him up. So he's really, really high off the ground because I'm holding him above my head as I do so.
Yeah, and he is just, for a 2-foot-tall, elf, he's just like, you just see him struggling to punch you and whatnot. He's trying to kick at you too. What do you do?
I will throw him as hard as I can.
Roll me a strength check with advantage.
Durga.
And in what direction are you throwing him?
Out.
Alright, so you just reel him back, and you just kind of, anime style, throw him out, up through the roof, which goes through like the main floor of the tavern, and then that
Team
goes...
Rocket is blasting off again!
And then you just hear the ding! And we have a winner!
We're in the inn basement, right?
Yeah, you're in the inn's basement.
Yeah.
So they threw them through the floor of the main floor where all of the patrons and everybody are in. And then
Yeah.
out through the roof of the building itself.
How many floors did I go through?
Yes.
3 floors.
You went through
Like,
3 different
home
floors.
run!
And
Not that I
Yep.
know what
take
that
that
means.
too.
So yeah, he is now just gone at this point.
Oh, I wanted to fight him.
He'll be back. I don't know when, but he'll be back.
At the sound of that ding, the announcer then just walks in on stage and he just goes, "Well then, that was unprecedented. Well, dear Lord. All right, so in the red corner we have Vamok, and in the blue corner, and then 2 elves begin to run up the stairs again, pick up Alan and throw him in the blue corner. We have Alan, the 2 new people.
Great.
I'm gonna need
Wow.
both of you to roll me initiative now.
I mean, what did you expect was going to happen, you two?
Alright, so Vamok will be going first, and you guys will be making unarmed strikes against each other at this point. So,
Yeah, no weapon attacks.
no weapon attacks, because that would be cheating.
Haha, I'm a monk. I'm cheating already.
Damn it, you're right.
I'm a liking. I'm cheating already.
Alright, dear Lord. So the announcer then just looks at the 2 of you. Fighters, are you ready?
Sure, I guess.
That was
I'm assuming unarmed strikes. That's bludgeoning damage, right?
Yes. You should have a thing in your attacks for unarmed strike.
Okay. Yeah. I apologize, Fritter, ahead of time.
This ought to end well. We're letting the dice decide. Okay. So, Vamok, you have the first go as the announcer says, "Fight!" and then quickly gets off the stage.
I'm going to strike a punch at Alan's chest, I guess.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the unarmed strike. Alan, what is your AC?
17.
Where is the unarmed strike? Crap.
It should be on your character sheet.
I see Great Axe, Javelin, Witch Bolt, Shocking Grasp. Is that not in the same area?
Weird. Why do you not have an unarmed strike?
No idea. It's not in my list of attacks.
I think you just do strength.
No, there should be an actual unarmed strike thing. Okay, in this case, roll me a strength check, and we'll see where that lands.
Okay, because my attack is +9. That's why I was like, where's...
Okay, so roll me a strength check, and then add 9 to it.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, forget about that +9, because I'm pretty sure that hits.
yeah.
Alright, so for the unarmed strike, I'm going to need you to roll me a d4 plus 5 by the looks of it, because it is factoring in your strength. And I'm going to need you...
9.
Okay, so 9 plus 9, that is 18. So, Alan, you get dealt 18 points of damage as Vamok punches you where?
In the chest.
Square in the chest. And do you have an extra attack at all? Or?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and do that. So roll
Do
me...
my uppercut.
Yeah, roll me another attack. Same way.
Oh, I have advantage on it. I'm not supposed to do that, right?
Yeah, you should turn that off.
Yeah, thank you. I just realized that. 8 plus 9, 18? Or 9, 17?
Does that hit your AC?
Is it meat or beat? Because I'm 17.
It's meat. It's meat or beat.
Meat
So
or
yes.
beat. Yeah, so that hits. Alright, so go ahead and roll the damage now. Just a d4. Alright, so...
11,
Yeah.
I think.
No, that would be 7.
7, yeah, 7, 7, sorry.
So that is, in total, 25 points of damage that is dealt to Alan.
Once in the chest, once in an uppercut.
So totally you said it was 27?
25. You get 25 points of damage.
From one hit?
Technically, that was 2 hits. So, one hit was 18 points of damage, and the other hit was 7 points of damage.
Alright, I'm down to 42 hit points. Let's do this.
Alright, so it is now your turn, Alan.
Allie is knocked around inside of the ring. He slides around, ends up getting knocked flat in his ass. He shakes his head, stands up, and says, "Okay," cracking his neck. "This is gonna hurt you more than it hurts me."
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
Now,
Bring it.
letting you know that this is all subdual. I spend
Subdual
all of my
what?
key points and I strike at him.
You're fucked.
Does it do any magic damage? Or is it all physical?
My body is considered a magic weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is gonna hurt a lot.
This is, watch what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
What's your AC?
Hold on. Doesn't factor in that. Dex is 4, 9, 21, I believe. 22.
Well, it should say on your character sheet what your armor class is.
It does not classify my thing. It says it's a 12, but it doesn't classify my extra.
Yeah, because he has a lot of feats that add to his AC when he's not wearing armor.
Yeah. So I think a 21 or 22. Let me do the math. One.
So about 9 of these get through, but some of them are crits.
Yeah. By the
And
way,
one was in that one.
yeah, so because he had so many crits, though, I'm gonna say ignore that nat 1.
Yeah, Nat 1 doesn't stop me from doing all the other strikes. It just
No.
means that one misses horribly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dex. So yeah, that's that's 19. 2. Yeah, it's like 22 or 23.
I'm gonna say 22.
Okay.
So a good number of these actually do hit. So go ahead and roll the damages on the ones that hit 22 or above.
So 10 of them actually hit. And that means I need to roll the damage for 10 times over, and some of these are going to be crits.
Well, if you click on the Monk Unarmed Strike in the chat, it will do the damage for those attacks. So you're going to have to click each and every individual one that you rolled that hit above the 22. That hit the 22 or above. My bad. So 7 plus 10 plus 9 plus 7. Let me get my calculator.
Yeah, the reason for I was asking about the magic is because only magic hurts me. Like your physical, if it wasn't magical, I wouldn't take any damage. That's why I was asking.
Is that it? I could have sworn there was more.
Well, it was 10 of them, right?
Yeah.
Did you roll all? You got 3 crits, so I think you're missing.
Yeah, but I'm trying to determine which ones are going to be the crits. I got to go over that.
Well, it tells you. It's in the green.
I know,
Yeah,
but I'm counting down. I have to do the math to double those damage things because it didn't calculate it in the numbers.
No, it did. Because you see the 10 plus 3 and you see the 9 plus 4.
Oh, okay, it did. All right.
Yeah. But you're missing one, because I know you had 3 and only 2 of them were calculated like that.
But he has 10 attacks.
Alright, so I have to ignore one of those then and add just a critical strike then.
We'll say get rid of the last 9 and then put the 9 plus 5 in there. Or,
I'll just add 5 to it. Alright, so in total, the mock, I don't know how much. Okay, you have that much HP. So Alan just runs up to you, and you just feel this like rapid amount of punching in your chest, and you get dealt 98 points of magical damage.
Nice. So I'm at 3 hit points, basically.
Yeah, you were at 3 hit points. That is.
Rosalie is genuinely impressed at this point. Not to the point of infatuation, but she's like, wow.
I'm going to need you to roll me a Constitution save with disadvantage.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna say you fall over unconscious. So we just see Alan getting knocked the fuck down. He gets right back up, rapidly punches Vamok in the chest, and then after a couple of seconds after he's done punching, Vamok just kind of rolls over to the side and just flops in the mud. And then you see the referee, slide down the mud. He goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! Ding, 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 ding! And then he just raises Alan's arm up in the air. We have a winner! And then the crowd just cheers and goes wild for this Alan character. And they just start throwing more roses and popcorn down at him. Thank you for joining us, everybody, here tonight. We hope to see you all again next week with more fighters. And thus ends the show as people begin to leave the basement of the tavern. Nelson tugs at Rosalie's cape and just points at the two that he saw earlier and goes, I think now would be a good time.
I agree.
So the two of you then begin to bob and weave through the crowd. I'm going to need you to roll me an athletics check.
Athletics. No.
Alright, so the two of you both kind of struggle getting through the crowd. And with your passive perception, you do notice the two kind of actually pass by you guys as they begin to leave the tavern. As for Vamok and Alan, who are still down in the pit, Vamok, you are regaining your consciousness as you see yourself in the mud. How do you react?
I don't.
You don't? So what does Vamok do?
I get up.
He just gets up?
Yeah. He's dealt with this shit before. I mean, other than Fritter or Alan, he's only lost twice. So it's not like he hasn't lost before. But he does think it's interesting that he used so much, how do I say, effort in the fight. Impressive, but it seems like, at least to him, he's like, seems kind of like a waste to yeet yourself at me as I place a hand on his shoulder.
I look over at him. I do not have the same build as most of the really strong people, so I can't take as many hits. Most of what I do Well, I didn't need to, but kinda wanted to. Sorry.
Let's put it this way. You would have won it anyway.
How?
Wasn't here for the money. As I get up and walk out of the building to the artificer shop, covered in mud.
Oh, right, I bet on myself. Cool. And I go upstairs to go figure out how much I won.
Let me calculate that real quick. Let's see here. So given that you won the fight, that increases your winnings by... Okay, so there, as you get up to the counter where people are placing bets, all of those that lost the bets had to fork over the money to the winning person. So there is a total of 3,712 gold sitting there waiting for you.
Nice.
Remind me what the child's name was again. I remember the wife's name.
Arthrin.
Arthur. Thank you.
Mhm.
I knew it was something kind of Arthur, but not quite. So thank you.
I think I broke the fritter. I gave him too much gold.
It's okay. I know I'm gonna spend it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go wash myself off in the ocean before I go looking for the whatchamacallit,
For the
artificial
shop.
shop.
Okay.
Yeah. I just kind of walk over to the ocean and then just spread my arms and fall into the ocean as the girls are like, "Are you trying to hurt yourself?" And they just start healing me because they can do that.
Okay. Alright.
Pardon me, Serena.
The lady that you and Nelson have been chasing kind of just turns around suddenly with a gasp and just goes, "How do you know that name?"
I apologize. I'm here on behalf of your. I'm here on behalf of someone important to you. Is there a place where we can talk in private? And...
Roll me persuasion.
I'm sorry. Say what you said again because it cut off.
Roll me persuasion.
Persuasion. I'm surprised that I'm not good at persuasion. I mean, proficient.
Yeah, good enough. So the lady kind of just looks around the crowd and looks to the child with her, and she just kind of like leans in. Is there a room? Do you have a room here in the tavern?
In fact, I do.
Then we can
Please
go there.
Please come with me. I'm assuming Nelson is still with me.
Yeah, Nelson is still there.
Does the wife look like she recognizes him?
1 second. No, she does not actually.
Okay,
He
that's
has a different face.
interesting. All right. So I escort them into my room.
Okay.
All three of them.
Okay. By the way, real quick, Samba is here. She says, "Drink up, bitches." So if you have a drink, take it now.
Don't you know I've been drinking?
Yes.
I don't have any drink next to me, but I have a packet of duck sauce.
Drink the duck sauce.
Oh no.
Oh, help me.
I don't think that counts as a hydrate.
Sure it
And
does.
neither do I.
Salty duck sauce totally hydrates you.
If somebody spends another 100, though, I'll drink it.
Yeah, she says, "Drink that sauce."
Ugh.
Samba says, "Drink more. Drink that sauce."
Sorry, Fritter.
Yeah, and somebody did spend another 100 on that hydrate.
It was Arya.
Yeah.
Okay, now I need to get a drink. I'll be back.
Honestly, same actually, because I just ran out of ginger ale. So, talk amongst yourselves.
So 5-minute break, because I do need to use the restroom.
I drank the sauce. It was gross, okay?
It was gross.
Yeah, we can go on break. We'll be right back, everybody.
Okay.
And we're back, everybody! Alright, so, we left off with Rosalie talking to Serena, so let's continue with that conversation.
Before I start the discussion, I'm going to telepathically tell Iris to keep the child entertained and busy, let him play with her, and stuff like that.
Okay, so Iris is going to keep the child busy. As Iris kind of just swoops under Arthrin, Serena looks at this and goes, "Oh, be careful! Oh, are you sure this is safe?"
Don't worry.
All right. Cool.
I've instructed her to be very gentle.
All
I
right.
have a telepathic connection with her.
Very well. I'll trust you. So, what is it you needed, child?
I'm here on behalf of Michael.
And her eyes just kind of widen as her mouth opens agape. Oh. What of my husband?
What's that?
What was that?
No, seriously, what was that?
Dreadwardo?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We could actually for a second. What was that?
Wait, we heard.
Yeah. I was moving animals out of my way
I see.
Okay.
because they decide I'm gonna walk in front of you, stop, lay down, do shit. It's just like, get the fuck out of the way.
Don't make me kick
Okay.
you.
Okay. Now I gotta get the mood back.
Yep.
I am the one that he has been trying to keep safe.
Oh, he found you.
Yes, he did. Even though at the time I did not want to be found.
Yes, you did mention that several times. Where is he? Is he with you?
I'm afraid he isn't.
I see.
And I'm afraid he won't be rejoining us for a while.
Her eyes just look saddened, and you can see tears beginning to form.
I understand. How did it happen?
He saved my life. He saved the lives of people who were with me. And he saved Nelson's life too. And I indicate Nelson sitting next to me.
He's just standing there with like a cup of tea in hand. He goes, "What? Oh shit! Right, I'm here."
Yes, and it's thanks to him that I was able to identify you.
Serena then turns to Nelson and goes,
Nelson, it's been ages. What? Where were you? How have you been?
"Oh, don't mind me. I've just been, toddling about, with the animals and whatnot, studying my druidic ways."
I see.
He has been occupied.
Well, I'm glad to see that the brothers got reunited at least.
And they have reconciled, at least to some degree.
That's good.
I don't know exactly what their falling out was, but that's not my business.
Well, I'm sure in time, when Nelson is ready, he'd be more than willing to tell you.
I'm sure.
And then there's a tug at your cape. As you look down, you see the child kind of just looking at you with beady eyes.
Is Daddy coming home?
He'll be away for a while. He won't be home for quite some time.
Oh, okay. I was hoping he could tell me stories.
He did tell me before we had to part ways that he's always thinking of you and that he loves you. By the way, how old is this child?
He's like
DM.
He's like 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah, he's only 4 years old. And he just looks up to you as you say that, and he goes, "Oh, really?"
Yes, he loves you. He loves you very much.
I miss my daddy.
Iris is going to approach him from behind and start nuzzling his back again, as if begging for more playtime.
This is a cool wagon.
He then just reaches around and hugs Iris in the head.
Yes, she is, isn't she? Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, do you know any stories?
I'm so sorry. He loves story time. And Michael always had the best stories to tell.
I might have a story.
Yay, story!
And he just kind of slides down Iris's neck and just jumps and lands in front of you. And it just sits down.
I actually haven't composed a story in my head. Can we move on to someone else while I do that, and I'll PM it to you later.
Sure. So what is Alan doing this whole time?
Alan just won his bet, managed to get the gold and everything else. Now he's kind of intoxicated by the fact that he has so much gold in his pocket.
Oh no, he's got the green thumb.
At least it's not IOUs.
Oh shit. I forgot about
Let's
them.
see. He can either behave and just go explore and do something good with the money, or he can get caught up in gambling.
Oh heavens. Shall we flip for it?
Yeah, let's flip for it.
I'll use the coin of fate for this. The hand that takes away, he goes gambling. The hand that gives, he's a good boy. Ready?
Yeah, that would make sense to me.
Oh, it's the hand that gives. He is going to be a good boy.
Okay, guess that means he's spending it on something productive.
This is what I'm picturing.
You sound disappointed.
Slightly. So I like to see what happens when he does his, well, let's put it this way. It's hilarious if it happens the wrong way.
This is what I'm picturing Fritter doing as he's walking with the gold.
So Fritter is gonna go find a jeweler that handles enchanted jewelry.
Okay. So, you begin looking around, and oddly enough, you walk into a shop. It's the same shop Vamog finds himself talking with an artificer.
As I sketch out designs.
A jewel fisser?
A jewel officer. So you open the shop and you just see Vamok, and he's talking to this raggedy man in a trench coat, and he's just working with some tools and whatnot. And goes, yes, I know. You want a short axe? Don't worry, I'll get it to you as soon as I can. Now then, what kind of details did you want on the engravings again? Fluorescent, omnipotent, or floristic? It's hard to tell these days. Let's see here. Yeah, I should be able to get it to you by the end of the day. Let's see. It might cost you a bit, though. It's one of my finest works here. We're probably talking somewhere along the lines of 1,400 gold. Let's see.
Okay. What kind of rare materials do you need?
Oh, I don't need the materials. I've got them all in my shop right here. Saves you a trip and a half. Let's see.
Not just that. I mean, what materials, valuable materials, do you need that you're running low on? Go get them and essentially trade them to you for the axe. Because I don't have all the gold, but I can get you shit.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you just want to pay me for my labor then?
Mm-hmm.
All right, fair enough. That will definitely bring down costs if you can bring me all the materials. I'm going to need some wood from a yew tree. You can find those anywhere around here. I'm going to need some... Let's see here. I'm going to need some very sturdy iron. If you want it made out of just basic iron, that's fine too. But if you want something a little more durable, I should ask that
Is there
you find...
adamantine on this continent?
Ooh, that's a good question. Adamantium. Let me check here. Well, I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is adamantium is on this continent. You can actually find a lot of it over by the volcano over there. It was recently active, so I imagine you might be able to find a lot of it. The bad news is I am actually starting to run low on that, so if you wouldn't mind actually bringing me an excess amount, I might be willing to bring down the payment.
Got you covered.
Very well. Other than that, are you going to need any specific type of ammunition or anything along those lines?
I draw out the ammo. You remember Hunt Showdown's shotgun shells?
Yeah.
For the Hawkwa, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
I draw a basic description of that.
I see. So are you looking for slug or pelt shots?
Both.
Both? Okay. Are you looking for explosive or penetrating?
Give me both.
Both? This might be costly. Now, how explosive are we talking about here? Because I've got some valuable materials that can cause a rather
Enough
big explosion.
While I would love big explosions, explosion effective enough for one person is good enough.
Oh, so you just want the basic. Got it. Okay, that will bring the cost down a bit. Nobody ever wants the nuke rounds anymore.
Oh, I love me some high explosives, but friendly damage is a factor I don't want to have to consider.
Oh, I suppose that's fair. Alright, alright. You pulled my leg enough on that one. Very well. Let's see here. So, I'm going to need E-wood, adamantium, steel, and... Would you like any ornaments on this short axe? Any like jewelry specifically? Any specific insignias designed into the wood? Or
I show him my tattoos on my forearms, the military and the naval. Put those on the butt of the axe, please.
He reaches into his desk, pulls out a strange pen-like device, brings it up to you. You hear a noise as it's being clicked, and then you just see the tattoo that you had kind of being not really ripped off of your skin, but copied, and he places it onto some parchment, and it is like perfectly copied onto the parchment. All right, well, that will
That's
settle
some
that.
fancy
then.
magic you got there.
Oh, being an artificer has its perks, my friend. Let's see here. Such as sonic technology. Love it. Never weighs me down.
And as for the axe, just the engravings that I drew, those are good enough.
Alright, I might want to improve upon that. This looks like it was drawn by a 5-year-old, not going to lie. No offense. Let's see.
No offense taken. Not the best drawer.
Now then, will that be all for you?
For now.
Very good, very good. He then just shoves you aside.
Start.
Hello, friend. Welcome to the shop. Be right with you in a minute. Feel free to look around. And then he just pulls you back. All right, now then, about that payment plan.
Here's the gold. I hand him... How much gold do I have?
Good question. How much gold do you have?
I have 520. I give him 500 gold.
Let's see here. He then counts it out and looks at it. Yeah, that'll cover you. That'll cover you. Very well. All right. Friend, hello. Yes. Have you looked around? Is there anything that sparks your interest? Are you looking for something specific? He then addresses Alan.
Alan casually makes his way over to the counter. leans on it and says, "I'm looking for some enchanted jewelry."
Ooh, I like this one. Your short axe is cool, mind you, but I like his request more. Now then, enchanted jewelry. What are we looking for specifically here? Because I've got all kinds of enchanted jewelry. I've got ones that make you jump higher. I've got ones that make you grow beards. I've got ones that can make you shout like a dragon. You know, whatever your fancy is.
I know it's a bit basic, but do you have rings of protection?
Ooh, rings of protection. What kind of protection are we talking about here? I've got explosive protection. I've got necrotic protection. I've got radiant protection.
More the kind that's just to protect you physically, as well as to maybe help you out in a pinch. Out of character, I'm saying it's a ring of protection.
Got it. So we're pulling some Minecraft logic on this. Okay. So he kind of just taps his chin with the device he was holding earlier, and then he just goes under his desk and begins like opening up all kinds of drawers and looks through and no, not that one. No, that one's too basic. No, I won't do. That one is just rubbish. Actually, no. Nobody likes spell pools anymore. This one might do it. Okay, and then he reaches. He then looks up again and then puts this gold ring that has a bright green emerald for the jewel, and has like this inscription written in Elvish around the rings inside, and then he just places it and pushes it to you. This right here is one of the rarest pieces I have. This is a ring of shielding. Basically, if you were to ever get damaged, once you are attuned to it, it will protect you for at least, 5 or 6 devastating blows. It will, in fact, reflect those blows onto your opponent. It's one of my rarest pieces, and most expensive.
How much?
Well, given that it is a piece of jewelry and the materials made from it, he then begins writing it all down and calculating everything. We're talking maybe 1,200 for the ring.
I put the 1,200 down.
All right, sold as it is. There you go. Do be careful with it, because once you put it on, you will never be able to take it off.
Wait, you sold me something cursed?
Not necessarily cursed. It just, once it attunes to you, it begins to grow a bond with you. And, it doesn't like to leave those that it has a bond with. Not saying it's impossible to take off, but, it will be most difficult.
Good enough. I put the ring on.
Alright. So you put the ring on, and it kind of just immediately slips right off and falls to the floor.
Put the ring back on.
It slips again and falls to the floor.
Pick it up and shove it on his finger. Stay!
It just slips and falls once again.
I pick it up, yell at it.
Firmly grasp
Said
it.
stay! Put it back on.
It slips and falls again.
I attempt to attune to it by winking and pointing at it like I'm flirting.
Roll me a charisma check. Did you roll? Hello? Oh, there it is. The ring is unimpressed, and it just continues to slip and fall to the floor.
Oh, come on. Maybe it's not that kind of ring.
I did
Summon
say...
the girls to help seduce the ring.
Oh my god. I did say you're going to have to attune to it. So, when you get a chance, like, when you're gonna rest for a few hours or something along those lines, just try meditating with the ring in front of you. Who knows, maybe something might happen.
Fine.
Now then, is there anything else the two of you need?
No, I think I'm good. I take the list of items he requested. Time to go get some adamantium.
Right, the volcano is just half a day's travel to the north from the town if you go out the northern gates. But do be careful. That volcano tends to be home to some rather not very hospitable company, I should say.
Gotcha.
Alan looks at the guy. So, do you know where I'd be able to find some replacement wardrobe?
Why do you ask?
May have got a little bit overzealous tearing off a shirt and jacket while I was in the middle of a fight. And I don't know where it went afterwards.
Oh, jeez. So you're saying you need a new shirt?
Well, I wanted a shirt that looked like the shirt I had, so I gotta go find one.
Describe the shirt to me. We'll see what I can do.
Well, it's not the hold on. Alan tries to do his best to describe the shirt.
I'm going to need you to roll me an insight check. You seem to recall the details of this shirt very well, and very particularly, as you begin describing the shirt's design and intricate weaves with the sewing, and so much that the man actually becomes bored and just like, all right, I get it, all right, okay.
I haven't even told you what the jacket looks like yet.
Oh goodness, there's a jacket too?
Uh-huh.
Oh goodness, so you continue to go on about the jacket as well, every little detail that you had on this previous jacket, and he is just writing down all the details very intimately, and he eventually has this like whole list in his paper, and he's got this image in his head on what it's supposed to look like, and he's like, all right, got it. All right, give me 5 minutes, I'll be right back. He then goes into the back office area, and you just hear like a sewing machine going off, and some like rambunctious rumbling around, and some hammering, and some chainsaw noises for whatever reason. And then he comes back with your shirt and your jacket perfectly as they were before, as you described it to him.
Cool.
Don't even bother paying for it. That on the house. Just on the house. Just.
Oh.
Go on. Take your ring. Take your clothes. Get going. I'm pretty sure your friend might need some help.
But what if I want to keep shopping?
Close for the day. Sorry. He then shoves you out.
Yeah.
And you just see Vamak ready to go in front of you.
I have picked backpacks and bags in wagon. Doing this.
Wait, where did you get a wagon?
You took my wagon.
Oh, okay.
Stop taking my wagon.
Hey, well, we need it for the adamantium. As I start pulling it.
Made of wood. If you break my thing, I'm telling you that you're paying for it.
With this amount of adamantium, we will be able to buy all of the carts ever.
Oh, gods help me.
As I proceed to march to the mountain.
Alright, so it takes you guys about half a day to get there. Rosalie, is there anything you would like to do in that time?
She's deafened.
Oh, she's deafened.
Yeah, she's muted and deafened.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Do anything while Vamak and Alan are taking a half day's trip to the volcano to the north.
And I'm picking up trees. I get a bunch of wood.
Are you
I get-
legitimate? Okay, I need you to roll me a strength check for that one, boy.
What, the ripping trees out of the ground?
Yes, for ripping trees out of the ground. Roll me a strength check.
Nonsense.
No, all the sends. Roll that now.
Where is it? There it is. Oh, I'm rolled with a disadvantage.
Okay,
Hold
take
on.
that disadvantage off. Go ahead and re-roll.
Okay,
24!
They're gonna
Nice.
do what?
They're going to the volcano to the north to gather some supplies so that he can build a shotgun axe.
Probably might be a good idea if I accompany them.
Are you gonna go with them?
We're on an adventure!
Because it's going to be half a day's trip to get there.
we are gonna rest at some point, but
Yeah.
Yeah, we're surely not going to be, because we are going to take a long rest between now and you taking your trip.
That is true.
yeah.
So yeah, I'll be accompanying you.
Okay.
I'm almost done with writing, so I'll deafen myself, but ping me again when you need me if I'm not done before then.
Okay. So you guys are just taking your trip up north. We'll say you're taking your long rest as you go along at some point. You eventually get to this raging volcano. Yes, this is an active volcano, as it is like spewing out lava down to the ground. Animals have steered from this for quite some time now. In fact, some of the animals have even tried directing you away from the volcano, and there's just it's hot. It is just very hot over here.
I find safe place for wagon and stuff,
Okay.
and I'm like, it is time to find adamantium.
Do you have a pickaxe?
I should have it in my backpack. I don't know if I actually wrote it down.
Let me look.
I don't think I wrote
No,
it.
you did not. You have a javelin. You have a great axe.
I can use the great axe.
Okay, we're gonna Zelda this bullshit. All right, cool.
Yep.
So basically,
I just undeafened myself. What are you Zeldaing?
he's using a great axe to mine adamantium.
Yep.
Context?
You guys made it to the volcano. You guys took your long rest in between. And now he is like whipping out his great axe, and he's going to go digging for the adamantium steel that is in the volcano.
Okay.
And the volcano, by the way, is active. It is raging, and there is like lava spewing out the sides of this thing.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the activity of the volcano to make sure that we can avoid, lava flow coming our way.
Okay, what is Alan doing in this time?
I mean, Alan's doing his best to try and step around anything that might look like lava flow.
Okay. Are you like out of the wagon too and helping out, or what are you doing?
That's assuming I want to be a help.
Oh, that's fair.
So
you're just sightseeing, basically.
he took my cart. That's my job.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't have any digging implements, so I don't know how much help I'll be.
I mean, I remember them saying something about unfriendly denzines that are around the area, so I just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Hey, those are my shoelaces. Get off. Sorry, my kitty is being... She likes to play with my shoelaces.
There's just a baby leopard messing with Rosalie's shoelaces.
No.
No. Meow, 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 meow.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So, let's see here. So, as... I'm gonna need you to roll me a strength check on that. No. Survival. Roll me a survival check, Vamok.
Okay. 16.
Alright, so you just start looking around, and you just start scavenging about this volcano. You eventually find a spot that you feel is a good spot to start excavating. So you just whip out your great axe, and you just start mowing into the ground. And you just start, mowing out this, perfect excavation site as you begin just digging and digging and digging, looking for this adamantium steel. Until eventually you swing so hard that it bounces and slices you into the side. Roll that damage for me.
Hey!
You take 11 points of slashing damage on yourself.
Is that a magic great axe?
No.
No,
it's
it's
a
not.
regular one, so it doesn't do anything. Boy, it's like, excuse you! As I yell at... I start yelling at the inanimate earth. This is not allowed. As I proceed to attack the earth.
Alright, roll the damage on that one.
14.
Alright, so you swing your axe harder this time, And you actually do manage to break the earth that was right there. As you break the earth, your axe also shatters and destroys itself. And
How rude.
on the floor, you just see bits and pieces of actual adamantium ore on the ground now. So you did manage to break into some of that.
Right.
I got this. I'm going to attempt to reach into the ground and pull it out.
Alright, roll me a strength check.
Can I have Iris to assist so he might have an advantage on it?
Yes, you may. So roll that with
Alright.
advantage.
You were supposed to roll it with advantage, so one more
Oh.
time.
Here's a puppy.
We'll take the 15.
Yeah, we'll take the 15. So you just kind of grip around this, and this is actually a pretty big piece of earth that you're grabbing, and you just manage to like slowly but surely pull this entire vein of ore out of the ground, and the earth around you even begins to shake and even shatter around you. Lava begins to like fill the excavation site as you pull the entire vein out. So there's just this giant rock above your head as you're holding it.
Giant rocks.
We better move.
Yes.
Hot potato, hot potato!
So I'm gonna need everybody to roll me an athletics check on this one.
Including Iris?
No, Iris is flying.
Okay.
11. Fuck you.
8.
So I'm gonna say Iris swoops in and grabs Rosalie and throws her onto the wagon.
25.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, Alan is just somersaulting with the... Like, he's, like, throwing the rock in the air as he's doing somersaults, catching it with his hands and his feet. And he's just, like, skipping over to the wagon, throws the vein of ore on top of the wagon. And meanwhile, we've got Vamak, who is, like, struggling to run faster than the flowing lava.
Run away!
Rosalie, with your passive perception, you actually do spot something kind of burst out the side of the volcano, and there's this giant shadowy like cloud chasing Vamak as he's running away from the lava.
Divine sense, where is it? There you are.
You do not sense anything of the divine. That's divine smite, by the way.
I saw divine and I clicked it. I was
Yeah.
panicking. Okay. So celestial fiend or undead?
Neither.
None. Okay.
Nope.
Run.
I am running.
As the
Run
smoke,
faster.
as the smoke around the creature begins to clear, you actually recognize it as an obsidian dragon chasing Vamak.
Another one!
Another one.
Yeah, it just roars out, and it is like getting ready to swoop down, mouth open, and just getting ready to just chomp on that Goliath.
We
Where
did
is
not intend to
Humberly when you
disturb.
need her?
We did not intend to disturb your slumber.
Yeah, he's just angry.
I
Yep.
will go get you food.
Yeah, running.
Vamak, you do eventually make it to the wagon. The obsidian dragon is like hot on your tail, though. Oh, what do? Because you guys don't have horses to pull this wagon.
I has fishes that I will give him. Cooked fishes! Eat fishes!
So he's gonna throw the cooked fish at him?
Yes, all the cooked fish. Have fishes!
You know what? Roll me persuasion, honestly.
Where is it? Persuasion. 7.
So he just eats the fish and he's still charging at you. And he's getting closer every second. He's getting so close right now. He is like almost at your door.
Hold on, I'm thinking.
There's no time to think. He's going to chomp.
I'm gonna have Iris use her back claws to grab the wagon and start flying with it.
Alright, so she grabs the front of the wagon and she just starts pulling it. Grabs the Goliath by the back of the neck and throws him onto the wagon and starts running.
Half running, half flying,
Yeah.
but not flying too high because she knows that the wagon would not survive flying.
That is true. So you guys are just running from this obsidian dragon as best as you can. It is angry as it is chasing you towards the town. What do you do?
Larissa is going to try to persuade the dragon to go back to sleep.
I'm going to need you to roll me a persuasion roll on that.
14. Fuck!
Yeah, that's
Hope
not good
for a
enough.
high.
That's not good enough. He
I'm
just
going to-
roars out in anger.
I'm going to
She's gonna sing him a song.
I'm going to try something. It's probably not going to work, but I am going to try something.
Okay, what are you gonna try?
Oh.
Command.
I'm going to try to command him to halt.
What level are you casting this at?
At first level, because it won't matter because he's a single creature. At higher, it would be additional creatures, and he's just the one.
Okay. Let's see here.
So it would be a wisdom save against 15, which again, I'm not confident that it's going to work, but
What's its DC save again?
the DC is 15,
Okay.
and it's a wisdom save.
Hold on.
As I'm displaying my holy symbol of Bahamut, because that would be part of the casting. It's a holy symbol.
Hey, babe, where did we put the obsidian dragon?
Should be under specialty.
Specialty NPCs. Oh,
Did you find it?
yep, found it. Alright, give me 1 second. Let's see here. So, what do I have to roll against again?
Wisdom save, and it's against 15.
Let's see. That's a 29, so I'm gonna say...
Yeah.
It hears you, and it ignores you as it swoops down and tries to take a bite out of the wagon. There are...
Larissa is gonna try singing him a song while he's attacking us.
Roll me charisma.
Or it would be a performance.
Oh yeah, roll me performance, my bad. Alright, so that's what I have to beat. Let's see here. Shit, okay. Oddly enough, the obsidian dragon pauses before it takes another chomp out of the wagon. And it's listening to Larissa's soothing voice. Oh.
I boot the dragon in the nose. Stop eating my wagon!
The dragon is actually convinced, and it just kind of just flies calmly behind you guys as it stops and just kind of tilts its head.
Make a friend.
It's eating my wagon.
For whatever reason, the dragon is just so confused and lost in thought. It's like, wait, why did I come out here again?
You want to be our friend?
It just tilts its head to you as you say that.
What is thy name, noble dragon?
Ugvanden.
Ugvan, we apologize for disturbing you.
He just sniffs everybody, and then just kind of scoffs and then flies away.
Stupid Oogie Boogie Dragon.
That was close.
Yes. But we got the ore.
And with that, I think I got to duck out for today.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the dragon then just flies. Also, goodbye, Fritter. I hope you had a good one today. Hugs.
I did. I'll catch you guys later.
We'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.
So the dragon then flies back, and you guys make it back to the town. You bring the ore to the artificer, and he is just... He takes that device he had earlier, and he's just, like, waving it over the ore. He's like, oh my, this is like flawless material you brought me here. This is more than...
I take the tree, I place it down. Tree? Oh, wood? Ore!
You brought me an entire tree. Well, all right then. Very well. Come back tomorrow morning. I should have your shotgun axe ready for you by then. This is rather impressive. Don't even worry about paying me for the labor at this point. This is going to be exquisite. Oh, yes.
Righty then.
Most definitely. Now then.
If I come across more, I will, I will come back to sell it to you.
I would
Or
definitely...
trade it for extra items. I don't know what.
Oh, I'm sure we could come to some form of arrangement, my dear friend. Now then, let me get to work, and you shall have your reward in the morning.
I do have a question, Crosser. Since adamantium is usually used on magic weapons, is this going to be a regular weapon or a magic weapon?
You'll find out next session.
Okay. I was curious.
Yep.
You have an axe that shoots like a gun. What do you think?
Hey, it's details.
Yeah. Details indeed. All right, so that brings us to Rosalie. Have you finished your thing?
Yeah, I sent it to you before I undeafened myself.
Okay, let me read that real quick. Do you want me to read it out loud, or do you want to read it out loud to the kid?
Why don't you read it out loud?
All right. So, as you get back, and you sit down with the kid, Arthur, and you tell him...
And this was yesterday, by the way.
Oh, okay, so this was yesterday. All right.
Yeah.
So, before you leave...
Like, flashback.
Yeah, so flashback. You sit down with the kid, and you begin to tell him a tale. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a kingdom ruled by a princess, young but wise, and loved by all her subjects. One day, she is met with a traveling inventor who was very curious about everything. He asked her many questions, and in her wisdom answered them all. But while they were talking, suddenly a dark I can read, I swear. A dark cloud rolled over into the sky. It was so dark that it blotted out the sky and made the day seem like night. It was
I actually meant to write that as sun. Blotted out the sun. My bad. I'll fix that.
That's fine. It was so dark that the inventor could not see, even with his lantern. He stumbled and he tried to find a place that was safe, but suddenly a bright light shone from nearby, and the man could see. The inventor looked and saw the princess covered in multicolored light. The darkness lifted, although the cloud was still in the sky. The princess looked to the man and said to him, "Darkness and shadow will always loom, so long as there is something between the light and that which should be good. Keep your light shining, and you will not stumble." The princess then left to fight the dark cloud, but the inventor, in his curiosity, managed to capture some of her light in a jar and studied it. And through his study, he learned how to make a mechanical light. And with it, he was able to share the princess's light and some of her wisdom to the world around him. The end. And that is where we are going to end today's session, everybody. I hope you all had fun, and I hope you all enjoyed what you saw here today. I know there wasn't any major combat. We didn't really use the map as much, but, you know, Theater of Mind roleplay was always fun for me. So...
And limited characters.
Yeah, that too. Oh,
We had to find Nelson.
we had to find Nelson. So...
We had
Bring
to
me
recover.
Nelson!
Bring me Nelson! So yes, all of you that are watching here today, thank you for joining us. If you're new here and you want to see more, feel free to follow along and like us for more to come. As always, stay awesome, stay cool, stay brilliant, and as always, we'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
Thinking back on the memories, all the things that you and me used to do, dancing late to country songs,